paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers, scum. They're on giant death factories, keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weirdo woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot-bellied goblins are hobbling round, coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
I'm sweating like a country pig. I'm gunning beers and taking swigs of ice cold Jack. We're at the track, it's racing day, we're getting smacked. I never really understood this NASCAR shit. I thought, how could I be impressed when cars go left? But then I went, baby, it's the best. The ladies here are fine as spring. They'll hop to a ride on that thing. There's beer and whiskey everywhere. There's smoke and rubber in the air. I'm gunning beers, I'm shooting Jack. We're here all day, 500 laps. And when they start them engines up, man, my heart, it starts to pump. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. The beer and rubber, perfect mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. It's not loud, we're in the crowd. We're watching cars go round and round. We're in the South, the USA. We fly that flag each goddamn day. And when it's time to watch a race, we crack a beer right on our face. We watch them cars go fast and left. This NASCAR shit's the fucking best. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. I'm drunk as shit, I love this mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. Oh, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. A dirty summer country mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit.
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
In a world where a checkered flag is just the start, meet Ryan Wheeler, the would-be champ who seems to have run his last lap. But when a mysterious figure offers Ryan a dark bargain, promising the throne of speed, he strikes a deal with the devil that will make him ride and die. From ball-busting YouTube sensation and Arca Menard's NASCAR breakout racer Cody Dennison comes his first kick-ass comic creation. This won't be your average ride. It's a tale drenched in bone-chilling horror, soaked in violence, and wrapped around the curves of both the track and the sexiest women that'll make you forget the road ahead. Experience the race of a lifetime, or the damnation of your very soul. Will Ryan outrun his demons, or will he burn in the fiery pits of hell? Don't miss out. Get Cody across the finish line. Back Ride and Die on Indiegogo.
I have read a lot of books, and I think I'm a smart man here. However, there is one book I'm really excited about. It's one coming out soon, and it will blow you all away. The book is called Ride and Die. It's about some race car driver and some big titty demons. My good friend Cody Ake Camelot 331 wrote it, and it is amazing. You should all go back it on Indiegogo, just like I have. Get on it.
Hey, you. You're finally woke.
Are you guys aware that we almost see no titties in movies anymore? And we only see titties. Hey, anybody notice this? Yes, I love titties! Big old titties!
Oh my gosh. I barely made it in time for you bitch asses. How you guys doing today? We have set a record. What is the day? Is it a Monday? We have set a record. It's a negative record, but it's good that record still happened on this damn show. We have set a record for the lowest amount of concurrent viewers I've had since my first day on YouTube by over like 50. So we're fucking kicking ass. Hell yeah. Damn, son, that's brutal. All right, boys, we got a lot to talk about today. It's going to be a lot of fun. What's up, Renee Galarza? So I would not bet on Naked Snake, Mr. Billy Hatcher, but I appreciate your help. All right. It's happening to a lot of people. I saw one of my friend streamers that streaming either Friday or Saturday, and they had like 80 people, and they usually have like 900, and I was really confused. And then I saw Chrissy Mayer had like 50, and I'm like, what the fuck's happening? All right, real quick, let's get a few things out of the way. What's up, Sean? How you doing? Can't wait to see you, you bastard. 50 likes away from 100. Get the hell on it, diggity dog on it. We are talking about a lot of bullshit today surrounding Asmongold, a lot of stuff surrounding relationships for that matter. All of it is just going to be thrown into one big fat-ass goulash. Don't forget that Friday, I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina, racing in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be a lot of fun, so don't miss that. So pull it up on Fox Sports 1. I love Charlotte more than I think every other racetrack by a mile. So I'm very, very excited to get that going. And I really enjoyed Kansas last time. And Kansas was completely different. Like, I didn't really care for Kansas the first time I went there. And I love that shit now. Is this my monitor? What is happening here? Okay, sorry. It looked like my screen was dark. I don't know if somebody messed with my settings. So we're going to have a lot of fun. So get the hell on it, diggy dog on it. Plus, June 7th and June 8th, if you guys do not know, I'll be at the Raleigh Gaming Geek Expo. It's going to be a lot of fun if you're around there. Get the hell on it, diggy dog on it. So let's just jump into the sauce, boys. Derek's quiet. He's been driving so long. He's not used to it. Bro, I drove to Wisconsin. No. I drove to Minnesota and back one time. I drove to Minnesota to race, I think at Elko or something. I don't remember the racetrack. And then I drove back. It was like 13 hours in my Jeep that death wobbles. It was crazy, man. All right, boys, real quick. First super chat of the night, only super chat of the night is Mr. Billy Hatcher. I appreciate you, dude, with a $100 super chat. Make sure you guys like the stream. We're 50 away from the goal. Get the hell on it, diggity dog on it. I appreciate you. Billy's sending a very cringe super chat. He said, did you see the weird news about Biden's cancer? I kind of laughed my ass off when I saw that. That's kind of fucked up. I know that's we're doing that back in 2021 when he was at the doctor for a whole day. I'm wondering what else they're hiding. I have no idea. I don't think cancer is funny, so I don't really get the humor. But I do appreciate the super chat, man. You know, I'm not that guy. I'm not passionate enough to want people to die. I think that's weird. But I appreciate you, Billy. I'm sure they're hiding a lot of shit. I mean, wow. Obviously, everybody hides everything, right? Even us. Like, I hide shit all the time. You know, I hide the fact that my abs don't exist right now, and I would never show you them unless I'm cut. The only time I take pictures of my abs is when I'm cut. So those pictures you see where I have abs online, yeah, that's from like a 1 week period out of the year, bro. So thank you, Billy. I appreciate you for $100 super chat. We're fifth of the way to Naked Snake. Make sure you guys like the stream so we can get the ball rolling. Oh, is it Ashley? Oh my god. Hey, Ashley, how are you? Hope you're doing well, Ashley. Hey, we got 100 viewers. I can't fucking believe it. See, there's something weird about YouTube. So my YouTube partner told me the way they count YouTube viewers is different now. So maybe that's what it is. Because I know Saturday we had like 500 people. So I don't really understand how it works. But at any rate, we're going to have a good time because it's not about that. It's about hanging out with my boys. So notification bot's weird. Nah, it's fine. Wait, what is that? What? Yeah, that's my alt channel passed that a long time ago. Holy shit. My alt channel is at like 14K. Why does it say let's get to 1K? Well, all right. Anyways, guys, YouTube notifications suck. They do. Yes, I'm not sick anymore. I just have a cough. It's about pounding cheeks, boys. Just on the dome, my boy. Hope you're doing well. I can't wait to see you Friday, buddy. We're gonna have a lot of fun at Charlotte. Make sure your PPs are ready to go because we're gonna have a lot of damn fun. So get ready for that. But we got a lot to talk about today, boys. I'm very, very excited. Let me cough. Hell yeah, I'll send you a pic of the cool stuff. What? There's a Mercedes museum somewhere? That's weird. I didn't know that Mercedes. Well, I would like to see some like high-end Mercedes stuff. I don't know, man. That's actually kind of strange. That's a little strange that I'm not that way. I kind of don't have an interest in seeing like cars. in person. Does that make sense? Like I'm not have no interest in car shows. I don't know why, because I love cars, but I don't have any interest in going to see cars. Isn't that weird? I've always thought that was kind of weird about me. I've never been like that. It's so strange. I've never understood why I'm not like that, but I'm just not like that. You think I would be, but for some reason I would. I don't know. I like if pulling it up on Google works for me for some reason. You know. What's up, Snoffy? How you doing? What's up, Duck Dangerously? How you doing? Fucking Derek. Fucking Derek. There's Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. We finally broke 100 viewers. Can you believe it? Make sure you guys like that button. I mean, hit the like button. So yeah, I have, but maybe you just like driving cars, not supposed to looking at them, looking at cars you couldn't afford. Yeah, maybe. So I have an Audi A5 or an Audi A8 now. But it was super cheap. Super cheap. So cheap financed. All right, let's go. So we're gonna have some good times tonight. We're gonna talk about a lot of spicy stuff. So if you guys like are easily triggered by random shit, well, good luck. So good luck, because it's it's gonna get crazy, boys. It's gonna get crazy. So I hope you guys enjoy that. So we'll see what happens, boys. We'll see what happens. Beep beep. S6 with a V10 is fun. That does sound fun. It does sound fun. Yes, it does. It'd be like driving a car. Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Matthew Fortune? By the way, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. I feel like I haven't seen you in a hot second, man. You know, it's just been too damn long. Just too damn long. All right, boys. Actually, I shouldn't. Yeah, let's change some stuff around here. Hold on. Don't do this. Don't do this to me. Let's do this. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to dox myself. Shit. All right. So look, here's the issue. Okay, I don't want you guys to see all my porn. So we got to do this in a different way. We have to do this differently. Let's see, bookmarking. Yep. Okay. Stream. All right, and then we'll open it. All right, cool. All right, everything's fixed now. I'm not trying. You guys will see my weird stuff. I don't want you to see the weird stuff. You know. I don't want to offend you guys. Why is he into that? How could he? How could he be into that? I'm into that. All right. Cool. All right, we're good to go. Look at that. All right. In new spending bills of provisions to bring diesel emissions back to... Oh, I saw that. Yep. Well, look, here's the issue, dude. Here's the issue with... hey, what's up, Van Rix? How you doing? The issue with diesel, as far as like DEF goes, the whole issue with it is the government has contracts for diesel vehicles, and their diesel vehicles they get do not have those emission standards. They actually don't have DEF on them. Like, they don't have the DEF exhaust system. It's so fucked up. But they make, of course, it's rules for thee, right? Government doesn't have to follow the same rules as everybody else, which is disgusting. That's just how it is, though. All right, we got to talk about some stuff. We're going to get on to Asmongold 2. It's going to be fun. Van Rix, my boy. Arca News says, when's your next Arca race? I don't know. But I don't have any plans to run Arca. All right. Here we go. Arca is just a little, it's just a little too expensive. Arca's too expensive to run, man. All right. Let's go. All right, we're going to start off with this. So Asmongold, our beautiful Asmongold. Let's close that out. It's talking about some shit. And I actually wanted to cover this because I was going to talk about this Saturday, but I didn't get to get into it. So there was a fertility clinic that was bombed. And it's just so insane to me that we're at a place where people think that they have the correct moral position and then immediately do violence and try to kill people. But they think that this position is morally just because killing people leads to the better good. Those people deserve to die. And I'll never understand how people got to this point. And I also don't understand how Lesser Logic hasn't liked the show yet. I can see everybody who hasn't liked it, Lesser. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. All right. All right, here we go. If I'm ever getting in trouble, I'm getting rid of DF. Well, it's just real expensive and really time consuming, and I'm not about to do it myself. People are like, Cody, you could just take out 12 hours of your day and do... No, fuck that. What are you talking about? I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy that. What's up, Justin? I do not enjoy working on vehicles as not that I don't know. I kind of used to a little bit. I don't really care for it anymore. God, I'm coughing. All right, here we go. So let's start the show. So you're not coming near me, Ashley? Well, I mean, NASCAR goes everywhere. NASCAR goes everywhere. I'm pretty sure. What's up, Vinley? How you doing, baby? Oh, Vinley's back. Where you been? Our resident Hasan hater. The tiny little Vinley. Tiny and black. Story of my life. What's up? All right, boys. Van Rick says, hey, man, so what do you think of Schecter Guitars? Also, you'd be racing in Colorado anytime soon. No, with the Colorado. Schecter Guitars, they're all right. Schecter's cool, but I've just been stuck on ESP so long that I don't collect. I'm not a guitar collector. I don't buy guitars. I have the guitars I like, and those direct guitars will influence my other guitar purchases if they happen, and they are very rare. I bought an ESP Standard in 2011, brand new. So I was like, this is a great guitar. So 6 years later, I bought another ESP Standard, and then 3 years later, I bought another ESP Standard, and then I have a Solar 7-string that Ola sent me, and then I have an Ibanez PS10 from like the 70s because I fucking love I love old PS10s, but I only need one, you know. So thank you, Van Rick. So love you, appreciate you. 390 until Naked Snake for the 456th stream in a row. Let's get the hell on it. Diggity doggone it. Because I wanted to cover this because it's something about Reddit is just unhinged. I honestly think Reddit is more dangerous than 4chan, Twitter, or any other website has ever been in history. I think Reddit is the most dangerous by far now with extremism, right? There's something about like-minded, mentally ill folks. And look, I'm not saying that people that have mental illness should be shamed or blah, blah, blah. Don't misconstrue me. What I'm saying is like-minded people with mental illness all congregate in one place, and it starts to spread. And then everybody is influencing others in the most dangerous way possible until one person that's capable of something will do something. And this can happen in almost any environment, and you don't even have to be like mentally ill for it to happen. It's just they congregate in all one place. It's kind of like when you talk to somebody that's like a cosplayer. If you've ever talked to a cosplayer, I've been to a lot of cons in my life, and you'll talk to a lot of people that are cosplaying, and they're like, it's like cutesy anime cosplay. And this is, and keep in mind, I don't mean this with a negative connotation, but a ton of these people tend to have mental illness, usually somewhere like autism, like on the spectrum. Same thing with furries, same thing with bronies, same thing with everybody that falls into these subcategories. And they're always hyper involved on Reddit, Discord, and they're always hyper radicalized, easily radicalized. And I don't know where the correlation is with that. There is obviously a correlation with mental illness and extremism. And I don't understand how it's happening. But I think it's because, and this is just me like shooting shit. I think it's because people that struggle with mental illness or struggle with social awkwardness that comes with autism desperately want to fit into a community or belong to something. And it's so hard to belong to anything that would be considered normal, like maybe music or like sports or anything like that, that you have to focus more on niche things. And these niche things will lead you into areas that there's a higher percentage of people that are, might have autism or might be on the spectrum, which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it seems to be easier to lead to extremism. So you have all these people congregating together in small pockets, and like I said, you're gonna see this in like the cosplay community, furries, VTubers, and I should say VTuber fans, not VTubers. All these communities, right? And then they start talking politics, right? And let's say 3 people are like, I hate Elon Musk, I hate Trump, blah, 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 right? The other 7 people that don't know how to react will just agree and then desperately try to prove they agree with actions or words because they want to fit into something. So eventually, you have thousands of people in these small subset groups, a lot of them struggling with mental illness, and you have 1 or 2 or 3 that are capable of very dangerous shit. And that's what's happening. So that leads us to a Redditor bombing a fertility clinic for whatever damn reason, right? Make sure you guys like the stream. We're 25 likes away. Hey, keep in mind if you're watching, pull the chat down, hit the like button, and pull it back up. Try to help your boy a little, you bastards. Billy Hatcher says, did you see the crazy shit show that Johnny Somali, he might face 30 years in prison? Yeah. I'm glad. Lock his dumb ass up. He goes to people's country. What's up, Matthew, 1993? How many Matthews 1993s are there? He goes to other people's country. He's openly racist to those people in those countries. He disrespects them, and he, in several cases, gets physical with them. Yeah, fuck him, kill him. I mean, don't kill him. Kill him in Minecraft. I meant gel him. Kill him. No, don't kill him. Gel him in Minecraft. I had that meme from or not the meme, I guess, the dialogue from Dumb and Dumber in my head, which is why I said that, where he's like, God, kill him. Kill him. I've never felt more alive. Kill him. Oh shit. Thank you, Billy. Oh my God. I beg to differ with you. I am autistic myself. I feel that many people on Reddit are trying to find a purpose in life. How do you beg to differ? Because I agree with you. PS2 chipper. Keep in mind, I'm not saying all. I'm saying generally speaking. I could guarantee you right now, subreddits that are heavily involved in furry shit, cosplay, porn, I guarantee you that there is a high percentage of people with autism on those subreddits, more so than other subreddits or any subreddit to that matter, right? So that's what I'm saying. I'm not obviously that dude. Billy's autistic as hell, and I love him. I hate him, but I love him, right? I'm not saying that's why I prefaced it with I'm not saying I'm trying to not imply a negative connotation on autism at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there's a pattern with autism, Reddit, and extremism. That's it. You know, I got a friend that's autistic, and they're like my peep. I love them. I love their autistic quirks. Zachary Stouse. I'm late and you're gay. Thank you, Zach. Zach, I appreciate you. You're right. You're right about both of those things. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate you. 350 to Naked Snake. Look at that. We're actually making progress today. I can't believe it. I knew a guy that was in a cosplay and furry BS. He was not autistic. It was a sexual thing. Yeah. So that's called an anecdotal statement. Right. I also know an Asian guy that speaks in Ebonics. It does not mean all Asian guys speak in Ebonics. Thank you, Zachary Stouse. I love you. Yeah.
Springs IVF.
Oh, I should probably turn the audio on, huh, boys? What's up, Donna? How you doing, boy?
Bomber
Here we
ID'd
go.
as Guy Edward Bartkiss, a pro-mortalist who opposed people being born without their consent. Okay, all right.
Interesting. Already right out of the gate, we got a crazy son bitch. Already right out of the gate, he took the comic strip way too serious. You ever seen the comic strip where it's like kids in heaven and they're looking down and they're like, I'm so glad we weren't born because the world is so terrible. I wish everybody was aborted. And it's an actual comic strip that's not satire. Yeah, he took that a little too serious. A little too serious. PS2 Chopper. Thank you, dude. I got a PS2 OG Fat sitting right here with Resident Evil 1 in it. You can't see it because my camera's hard mounted, but it's here, damn it. PS2 Chipper. Thank you, baby. We love you. 5 get the memberships. Everybody give Chipper some love for being based. Based. Thank you, dude. PS2 Chipper. My second favorite autistic person in the chat. My first is is not Billy, shockingly enough. Right? My first favorite autistic person in chat will always be Vinley. Hands down. Billy's like 8th. What's up, Ultra Beast? Power up. Resin with my gym. Hell yeah, dude. Snafu, shut your ass. Go play you some Dino Crosses. What are you doing?
Yep. Sure. So we've got a real individual here. And let's see what else is going on here. And Bartkiss allegedly described his fanatical pro-death beliefs written in recorded manifestos as being against bringing people into the world without their consent to spare them from future suffering. KCAL News reported, bro, this guy's like a JRPG villain. Oh my God. Yeah, this is like something straight out of like a video game. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Sane.
That's insane, dude. Absolutely insane. So he describes his fanatical pro-death beliefs in written and recorded manifestos as being against bringing people into the world without their consent to spare them from future suffering. See, this is something we might need for Billy. I could see this working for Billy in the chat, right? Or Sean. I know Sean's not happy. Sean is on his way to my house right now in real life. He is in a car driving 12 hours to come drink with me. That dude doesn't enjoy life nor wants to live if he's doing that shit. So I'm just saying these things could benefit him and Billy. I don't do any of that shit. What are you talking about, Billy? I think you might be happier if you were never born. Come on, Billy. Come on, Billy. Don't you want to like not live a little? I don't. Oh my God. Whew. All right. Derek said, what about him? Derek's fine. Derek's cool. I like Derek. Derek deserves to live. Sean, I don't know.
Sanest Redditor. Yeah, I guess so. And let's see if he said anything else about it. Debris and broken glass. Why else did he say it? Nearby resident. So that's about it, right? There's nobody else really talking about this. A what? Oh, yeah. I mean, like the guy's crazy. I mean, I don't really know what's the surprise. Oh no.
Oh,
okay. Let's see if I can find it here, and if there's any more information about it.
No one's talking about it because it's. And look, I don't like to get like political when it comes to like establishment media, but the establishment media, which I think is getting a little better lately, because they're understanding their strategic advantage is gone. Right? Their strategic advantage of just making shit up and then just retracting it later in an article or paying a settlement 25 times a year doesn't actually affect them. What does affect them is the fact that somebody can go on Joe Rogan and win an election, or at least change an election. Right? So there's different avenues. So the actual like establishment media is like, oh damn, we got to change some shit up. So they started putting conservative people on panels, and I think it's kind of leaning out. But the unfortunate truth is the people that find themselves on the left are still they still have to defend 80-20 issues, and it's so hard to defend those. It's so hard to defend hormones for children. That's hard. That's a hard viewpoint to defend. I'm glad I don't have to, right? That's just hard to defend. It's hard to defend completely open borders. Like completely. It's just hard to defend, right? If you're a political pundit, that's hard to defend, but these people are forced to defend them because they have to. They're a political pundit. So they'll bring conservatives on board, and the conservatives just decimate them when it comes to those subject matters because they're just like, that's insane. And then the people that are defending the left, they're like, fuck. And they have to just go crazier and crazier with it. And that's the issue. This story right here of a crazy ass Redditor who is obviously struggling heavily with mental illness bombs a fertility clinic. Right? Bombs a fertility clinic. That's wild. Sean, don't you start in the chat, motherfucker. Don't you start in the chat, motherfucker. It's also hard to defend, support everyone. How is it? Because the majority of people support it. Right? It's like voter ID, Sean. Why do we not have voter ID laws federally? Or at least every state adhering to something, right? Everyone supports that idea, yet there's an entire branch of there's an entire party that vehemently goes after it and says absolutely not. Why? Why? Just fucking say no. Why? It's because in places like California, they don't want to ever get close to losing anything when it comes to the electoral college there. Why the hell are you coming in here, Loki? Go somewhere with your big ass. I closed the door. How'd you get in here? Why are you looking at me? Who are you looking for? There's no one here. Got a German Shepherd. He's the size of a house. Get out of here. He's like 500 pounds. Not really. He's just big. He's like a giant wolf. And he's also old and decrepit and can barely walk. Give Sean the natty's light. But yeah, that's the issue. It's so hard to defend it. Right? So. Oh my gosh. Look at see, you guys are so far gone in the chat, like some of you, that you don't even know why you lost in the first place. You don't even know why you lost in the first place. This is why I don't foresee, if the left continues doing what they do and the people that support it continue to do what they do, they're not going to win for the foreseeable future. For a very long time, the left will not win again, as far as a national election. Why do I say this? Because people in the chat conflate voter ID, which everyone supports. I mean, I can actually say that everyone supports it because the stats and the polls that exist around it. Everyone. And they're like, oh, it's also hard to defend this tiny little policy that the news is angry about right now. No. This is not a left or right issue. This is not a left or right issue. Tariffs, people on the left are angry. People on the right support it. That's a left and right issue. Voter ID is not. Voter ID is not a left or right issue. Everybody supports it. Why do you defend it? That's why you're losing. Stop talking about tariffs. Go to your own people and be like, we need voter ID. And get that shit locked down. Because as soon as you do that, suddenly you have respect. Suddenly people across the country will start respecting the party again. Oh, wow, they're actually trying to get shit done. This is weird. They're actually doing something that like everybody wants. Weird. So crazy. But right now, no one respects anything on the left. At all. And all they have to do is change their mind on 3 things and just kind of be reasonable. That's it. Right? The left has a lot of good policies. But we will never hear about them again because they don't talk about them. All they talk about is bullshit. And it's kind of wild to me. I don't get it. I'll never understand it. Come on. 1 2 cents becomes a royal brazier. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. Well, and that's the tactic, Slosher. Thank you at 1 2 cents. I love you. That's the tactic. Speaking from a pure strategic standpoint, and I want you to listen to this without like your lens of trying to figure out if you disagree or you should be angry at whatever I'm saying because you follow a political ideology or something that you think that is direct contrast of mine. The strategic plan to overtly support the 80% issue and literally laugh at the 20% side of it. The fact that no one can beat that strategy is insane to me. We are how long has it been? It's been like 7 months since November, right? Yeah, it's been 7 months. And even before then is when they started using the strategy, right? Of just say that this thing is insane. Hormones for children. Yeah, that's insane. Everyone agrees. And then the left will be like, no, we're going to defend it and talk about it exclusively and then lose. Or you could just be like, yeah, we agree. Maybe children shouldn't be involved. Anyways, let's talk about tariffs. And they could have done something, but they didn't. They just didn't. Now, it doesn't help that Kamala was literally, she didn't have a plan. Technically, she had one on her website, but she couldn't speak to it. Of course. So that wasn't a good idea. Thank you, Slosher. So, oh my God. So what about Trump taking a $400 million bribe from Saudis? What does that have to do with a bipartisan issue? You're too blinded and radicalized. But that $400 million bribe was instituted by the Biden administration before Trump was ever in office. So it was actually, it wasn't Trump that was seeking that. It was actually the Biden administration. But you wouldn't have a problem with it if it was the Biden. That's the point. Is it's nonsensical and it doesn't mean anything, right? It doesn't mean anything. A gift that's going to the Department of Defense that Biden originally the Biden administration was pushing for with the Saudis. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. None of it means anything. What should mean something is things that change. Right? So. Can't stand Trump. Yeah, I don't think anybody really liked Biden either. That was a weird period of time. All right, here we go. I did something already. I really don't think the left is interested in America. They hate Trump. It's just evil chaos. Yeah, I think it's wanting to watch the world burn is kind of the strategy, right? And I don't say that about. Obviously, I'm not speaking of all like people that find themselves on the left, but I do think people get hyper fixated on like crazy shit, and they just start screaming. Right? That's the weird thing. Oh my gosh. I do think that they find themselves a lot of the time on the 80-20 side of even that. Right? Like just a normal ass person on the left 3 years ago would have not flown an American flag and been scared to because they don't want to piss people off. In turn, which seems from the outside looking in like they hate America, right? And that's like a normal person on the left. Well, they would not fly American flag. Absolutely not. Terrified. Maybe they do support. Maybe they are patriotic, but they're terrified to show that, which looks like they hate America, right? It's a perception thing, not a belief. So, anyways. Exactly, MA. How you doing, MA, by the way? I honestly think you need to read what you type. And this is not me. I'm not being a dick at all. This is like a kind of a learning experience thing. Keep in mind, I also got to put this out there that I'm not like an intellectual or anything. But you have to read the way you type and understand that people that don't have your perspective and beliefs also read it, right? And if you sound fucking insane, you need to reread it before you send it. It's called impact versus intent. It's something they teach you in PR training, right? So reread what you type over and over and say, does this seem insane? If you have the feeling that it could be perceived that way, it is, right? So when you say stuff like, we all know Trump's going to take the, but you sound crazy as fuck, right? You have to frame the things you say in a reasonable manner to get a point across, to get people to maybe see what you're saying, right? Like when Sean says stuff like Elon Musk and Trump are going to rob the country, it sounds fucking crazy as fuck. But he could probably phrase it in a way that might make sense. And I feel like Sean does do that sometimes. But like when people unironically be like, oh, Trump, like you just fucking lose everybody. If you want to change people's mind, or maybe have an opportunity to do so, you frame things better. Now, my suspicion is that's not the intent. My suspicion is the intent is you just want to be angry and yell. And if you find somebody that disagrees with you, you get off on like arguing. Like women, you know? Women love doing that shit. Trust me, I know. They love it. And it depends. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. You know what I'm saying? And effeminate men do as well. Right? So, and it's not a dig. Sometimes it's necessary. I'm just saying. Are we trying to get somewhere? Or are we trying to argue because it's fun? Right? And arguing because it's fun doesn't equal progress. In my opinion.
Is a pro-mortalist, meaning he believes in destruction of all life. This is ultimately at the core of leftist ideology. Well, what is this here? You can download the recorded stream. Pro-mortalist, so you're just pro-psycho killers. So this is just, yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, I feel like it's just kind of a nutball, right? Yeah, kind of a nutball. So it's not a right-winger after all. No, it's not. I know that, like, I was expecting that it could have been. I thought it was somebody who was like, oh, well, IVS is a perversion of God's will or something like that. I was expecting maybe that would happen, but apparently not. And this is his, is this
why I've decided to bomb an IVF building?
I think if I watch this, I'll get in trouble.
Wait a second. Hold on. Does this guy like actually talking? Hold on for a second. He just like starts up a stream, bruh. We're just gonna start up a stream, bruh. Let's go. We're start up a stream and talk about why I did a thing. Right? That's pretty wild, in my opinion. That's pretty wild. Van Rix, what's up, buddy? Hey, dude. How you doing, man? How's my boy? How's my boy? What does this even mean? It's YouTube, boy. All right. Anyways. B. I don't know what any of this means. B. Boo boo boo. Somebody said something real dumb in the chat, but it's a life experience perspective thing. So I'm not going to dig at you too much because I understand. Like Van Rick says, my dad was in the army 20 years. I love my country, and so does my dad. He doesn't agree with everything on the right or left. Same with me. We don't have enough moderate people. 100% agree. 100% agree. Here's the issue, Van Ricks. If you do not agree with everything on the left, you're labeled evil. You don't have to agree with everything on the right, and you can still be considered like moderate or lean right or lean left. But people that are on the left will, if you don't agree with every facet of the left, will call you a Nazi, right? And that's just how that is, which is probably why it's losing so much popularity among young people, because it's starting to get cringe. And young people, like, that's the thing with young people, they see things under a different like lens. As soon as your party starts looking cringe, you're fucked. Right? So, anyways. Thank you, Van Ricks. I love you, dude. I appreciate you. B. Change is coming, says, but on this issue, you're wrong. What issue are you talking about? So when you say you're wrong on this issue, what issue is that? Is the issue that you should be reasonable and listen to all viewpoints wrong? Because I'm saying a lot of shit, so I don't know what you're referring to. But somebody, okay, yeah, it was you. All right. And I want you to understand that I'm not digging at you, change is coming. Don't think I'm digging at you, but I like to talk to people in chat. Okay. So you said all major countries in the world are voting liberal. We're going to be alienated by the end of his term. Okay. So let's tackle that. America is the most liberal country on the face of the earth with the exception of UK. That's the fact. Now, I understand the perspective is a little hard to take. So to be able to understand these things, you have to be capable of something called perspective taking. Perspective taking is very important. Canada and Italy. Yeah, I agree. I'm when I talk about America, I'm talking about North America, like Canada and the US. 90% of the countries in the world are hyper conservative. And when I mean hyper conservative, I mean hyper like a conservatism that you don't actually know exists. Right? Like you don't actually understand that kind of conservatism. They call it conservatism, but you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? You don't really know. Right? All the countries, like the landmass, is almost entirely conservative. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you think differently, you're yeeted off a mountain. Okay? With the exception of the UK and with the exception of North America and some places in South America that are pretty liberal as well. The rest of the world, with the exception of Australia, I mean, they had fucking COVID camps. That shit was crazy. With the exception of Australia, is completely conservative. So no, not all major countries. Unless you're saying only countries that I like are major countries, right? Right? Does that make sense? Only countries I like, right? So, well, I think liberalism. Now, to be fair, Sean, none of those places agree with the overt extreme leftist policies, right? In almost all these places, hormones on minors, especially surgeries, are completely fucking illegal. Something that's not even the case in the US, right? That's what I mean. Now, also, they're completely homogeneous. So a lot of liberal policies will work in places like that. But the utopian desire does not work in places like we're in currently. Just can't, right? If you want to be a melting pot, which is a good thing, if you want to be a place that has tons of vibrant cultures everywhere, all over the US, which is a good thing, the politics of 8 million people in one country that's 99.9% white in fucking Northern Europe is not going to work. Just doesn't, right? If that makes sense, right? Thank you, Van Rix. I appreciate you. Not everything works everywhere, right? All right, let's continue. Where am I? All right. Can we just ban Red 5? No, I love Flamin' Hot Doritos. Is it Red 5 and Flamin' Hot Doritos? RFK Jr. will lose my support immediately. Immediately. If I lose my Dorito, my Flamin' Hot Doritos, I'll become Sean. I will become Sean, boys. Helena's over here shouting in the damn chat. Helena trying to troll me. Trying to claim that hormones on 9-year-olds is totally cool. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in changing the chemical makeup of children. That's fucked up. And most people aren't, which is why the left lost in the US. Because 95% of people are not for it. And the 5% of people for it, for some reason, got in the ear of politicians and they lost horribly. You know, what is it? 87% of counties. Whew. Don't put words in my mouth. Well, what the hell could you possibly be implying, Helena? What are you implying when you say don't gatekeep hormones? What the hell are you implying then? What are you implying, Helena? All right.
Especially like, because, you know, the guys, I mean, like, what is terrorism? Well, this is terrorism, right? I mean, 100%. So, like, I mean, I'll let you know that I would watch this whole thing, but I just don't want to get in trouble from, you know, Twitch. Because as we all know, playing things made by terrorists is against the rules, and you're not allowed to do that, okay? Yeah, it's very big no-no. You're not supposed to do that. Never do that. And so anyway, let's see here. Where's the rest of it? And
Helena says it's none of your business. What does that mean, though? It's none of my business. What do you mean? What does that mean? I don't understand what this means at all. What's none of my business? Body autonomy. What does that mean? What's none of my business? I shouldn't care if we give a 9-year-old hormones because it's none of my business. What if a 9-year-old just starts drinking? Just starts getting blitz-ass drunks or takes drugs or decides they want to tattoo their whole body. Why is that none of my business as well? I don't think it's unreasonable to not want to destroy children like at 9 years old. If they're prescribed, if a 9-year-old is prescribed hormones to chemically, for lack of a better word, and I don't like to use this phrase, but chemically castrate them, I think that's a bad thing. That's a net negative. And I think you should be able to have an opinion on something that's a net negative. That's a pretty big net negative, to be honest, in my opinion. You know? Anyways. Like if a doctor told a 9-year-old they should drink liquor every day, that's none of anybody? That seems insane. Right? I can't imagine a doctor who has giant holdings in certain stocks that develop certain drugs. I can't imagine that they would be in the wrong by prescribing said drugs. You know, that's insane. It wouldn't happen. You're really close, Helena. You're like this close. You're right there. You're right there. You're so close. I've never seen somebody so close that they can taste it. You're so close. We're almost there, Helena. You've almost come around to the full circle. It is insane. I agree. You know,
I don't know if there's a summary for it. Why have you done this? Possible FAQ down in history. Basically, I'm a promortalist. Explain this in a quote. Download it just in case. Okay, so what is the end goal? The end goal is for the truth, elitism to win. And once it does, we can begin to play the process of sterilizing the planet of the disease.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I got to read this. We got to read this, man. This is going to be crazy. Crazy. B, 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 B. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. I'm a Mortal Kombatist. Oh my god. Oh my god. What's up, Grifty? How you doing, buddy? 26 months. My boy's the GOAT. My boy's the GOAT. Is it harsh to make prostate cancer jokes considering how the left made Trump almost get shot jokes? Yeah, well, I'm not. That was cringe. Therefore, I don't. I don't act cringe because other people act cringe that may disagree with me. Right? If you wish death on people because you disagree with them, that's not going to mean I'm going to wish death on you as a means to vengeance, because that's silly to me. I don't agree with it already, therefore I won't participate in it. Right? So no, I don't think like Biden cancer jokes are funny. Right? Now you can make them all day. I'm not saying that you shouldn't make. Fuck, do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying like, they make me cringe a little. Right? That's all I'm saying. What's up, long last name? How you doing, baby? 350 till Naked Snake, by the way, for the 456th stream in a row. That's true, Dawn. That's true. That's true. I don't like Trump, but I never wish harm on him. Yeah, now that's like a passion thing. I never would wish harm on anybody. Right? So, I don't really understand that. Hey, man. B. Did you see the Mexican pirates that broke their ship in New York? No. Mexican pirates? That sounds like a fucking movie right there. I don't know why that hasn't happened. Mexican pirate movie. I guess that's kind of what Pirates of the Caribbean is, if you think about it. You know? Kind of. B. All right, so the end goal is for the truth to win. And once it does, we can finally begin the process of sterilizing this planet of the disease of life. Is this person Thanos? This sounds like something Thanos would say. Life can only continue as long as people hold a delusional belief that it is a non-zero-sum game causing senseless torture and messes it can never or only partially clean up. I think we need a war against pro-lifers. Interesting. It is clear at this point that these people aren't only stupid, they simply do not care about the harm they are perpetuating by being willing agents for a DNA molecule. Interesting. This should not be seen as tolerable to any intelligent or caring person. Keep in mind, it's always under the guise of I care about people, therefore everyone should die. Isn't that strange? Like, that's such a weird take that is so common. It's like, I care so much and I'm so morally good that you should die. I can't reconcile this, and I'll never be able to reconcile this. I'll never be able to reconcile this in my face. Like, I cannot understand it. I'll never understand this. You know? All right. Anyways. I wish Guy's parents hugged him more as a child. Yeah, that's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Yeah, Bonehead. Bonehead says many people go through their entire lives without discovering who they are or what they want to be. So a below 16-year-old hasn't even scratched the surface of who they are and what they want to become. Well, I was talking about this with PDH today. People's entire perspective, they're completely skewed to whatever their life experience is, right? So children that grow up extremely wealthy, right, for some reason, often end up supporting overt socialism ideas. Why? Where's the correlation? It's the strife. They've never had really any strife, right? It's the same thing as when you're like, man, I'm really struggling. I can't pay my car bill, or my car broke down, right? And one of your friends that's wealthy, grew up wealthy, well, why don't you ask your dad for money? People unironically say that. Why don't you just ask your dad for money? My dad has less money than me by a mile. What the hell do you mean ask my dad for money? Right? They can't even like fathom a non-safety net. Right? So they want to apply their life experience to the world. Everyone should just get everything for free like I did growing up. It should be easy, right? Money comes from the air. It's just free. No one pays for it, right? It's very interesting. And I think you really don't start to understand these things in a nuanced way until you're in your 30s. I don't think I did. Like, I think about every single aspect of every single issue through so many, I try to force so many different lenses on it to see why people like overtly support certain things. I'm like, this is very interesting to me. How could you support this thing? Let me think about it from these people's perspective. right? And the hardest one I have to be able to reconcile is the one Helena was talking about earlier, is the like a 9-year-old given hormones, which I know the data is hidden and they try to hide the shit out of it, but it chemically, for lack of a better phrase, chemically castrates them, which I think is a very bad thing. It's so hard to reconcile that in my mind. Because I'm trying to think, like, why do people support this? Let me think, let me look, let me try to understand why. And it's so hard to understand why for certain issues. And that's one. That one, voter ID is another one, right? These are 80-20 issues, right? So that's why they're 80-20 issues. I think because most people are like, I don't understand. That one is a big one, right? And also the one with me and Sean talked about once was the increase of minimum wage to a livable wage versus the fact that we pay below minimum wage to illegal immigrants for labor work. Both of these things are defended from the same party, but they completely contradict each other. How could you reconcile it? And no one can really tell me why, right? And that's what I'm trying to like trying to understand why, right? That's what I try to do. So it's hard, man. Jay Dragon says, which party do you affiliate with the most? Oh, I don't. There's only 2 of them. That's hard to answer. I mean, it's definitely not. It's not. I feel like it's almost impossible to identify with liberalism right now, right? Because there's 4 or 5 certain issues that just are impossible to agree with. You know, I thought myself way more liberal about 8 years ago, right? It's almost impossible now. You know, there are some things like on the Conservative Party that are impossible to agree with as well. But they're not issues, right? They're non-issues, right? So, for example, porn's one of them. You know how, like, I don't want to use the word woke right because I don't even really know what it means. But I try to like assume, but I don't want to assume. But I'll say that there are a lot of conservatives that want to ban porn, and I think that is insane. It is insane. Pornography or something to that capacity has existed since we came out of a cave, bro, and it's not going nowhere, right? If you're thinking that somebody is ruining their own life by consuming porn, that's an individualistic problem, and that's their fault, right? So that being said, I think that's an asinine policy, right? Same thing, like I'm pro-choice, roughly speaking. The way I describe it's a little different, but I'm pro-choice. How about an ID for porn? It's hard to ever say I'm for giving ID on websites, especially a porn website. That's kind of crazy to me. You know, that's an issue I haven't really talked about. I would never give my ID for porn. That's for sure. We'll just get on to torrent, baby. We're just gonna get some torrents. Hell yeah. All right. Ashley Hart. Thank you, Ashley. I love you. Appreciate you. Right. And also like overtly completely and utterly banning abortion forever, like federally. I don't think I support that. I think I support choice within reason up to 12 weeks, 16 weeks, stuff like that, which is not a conservative ideal. I think it is now, I guess, technically. I mean, Trump supports that. So, but, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. But I'm never going to be able to even remotely consider agreeing with some of the crazy left shit, right? And it's also shit that no one agrees with, but somehow they keep marching on it. It's fucking strange, All right. Anyways, let's get back to the fertility bomber. You don't think you support that? No, Helena, I don't. Don't get caught up over semantics and words. No, I don't agree with that. It's just I was using think as like an adjective. I don't think so. That that phrase, I don't think so. That's what I mean, Helena. Are you going to get angry at the I or the so now? Like which one? He said something I agree with. I'm still angry. See, that's why you fucking lose. It's why you lose. You know? Oh my God. Jay Dragon says, can you accept that the Republicans support tax cuts for the rich and the expense of the poor people? No, I'm not 14 years old anymore, so I don't believe that line of thought. I'm like 35, dude. I remember being 14. I remember being 14 and being like, Republicans love rich people and Democrats love poor people. I remember being 14. I remember voting for Obama. I remember that. That was a great time. And then I grew up, especially when my healthcare premiums went up 1,000%. I was like, wait a second. I'm poor. Why did everything get worse? It's because just because you go on TV saying you love poor people doesn't actually mean you do. If giving a tax break to somebody that seems to be wealthy benefits me, I'm for that. Actually, I'm for no taxes on anybody, to be fair. But it isn't black and white. Well, a lot of people see it as black and white, actually. So and that's the issue with politics in general ever in society is probably 50 to 60% of people look at everything black and white, and that is it. And that's actually, there's scientific data around these things. So there's actually a large portion of people that don't see nuance. And I'm not saying they're assholes or they're bad. I'm saying they literally can't see nuance. They don't see it. They can't fathom it. Their brains don't operate that way. Right? That's an issue. Right? So. See, it has ransom. We all have ransom tax. Taxes, God, I don't even want to. I'll get you. If I start talking about tax, I'll fucking be going until 1 a.m. screaming. 300. Oh, we got a gold boy from Ashley. That's 330 until Naked Snake, boys. 330. Can you feel it? What's up, T-Sipe? How you doing, buddy? On the Rumble. They're socially inexperienced. Sure, yeah. And that's the issue, is life experience. I think, I shouldn't say I think, because fucking Helena will be angry at me. In my casual language. I would support a standardized test for voting, I think. Yeah, I shouldn't say I think. Helena's gonna get mad. I actually I don't know. I don't think everybody should vote. Right? Because too many people are easily radicalized and too many people don't see a nuance. And I think being able to see a nuance is really important, right? Because not everything the left does is bad, not everything the right does is good, or vice versa. You know, being able to look at a certain policy that you may disagree with from a candidate that you generally agree with should be an important thing. But almost no one can do it. Well, and actually, no one. It's like half, I think. No, Reagan, please. I'm sorry. God, Jesus. You know? Anyways. Yes, Sly Rod. That was so hard to watch, the Adam Conover freaking debate. Oh, God, Jesus, man.
Disease of life. Life can only continue as long as people hold the delusional belief that it is not a zero-sum game causing senseless torture and messes that it can only partially clean up. I think we need a war against pro-lifers. Okay, so I don't even think that, like, you can. It's very obvious that this person is not talking about abortion individuals. He's talking about people that want to be alive. I don't think that this is just really the truth, right? And this is something, again, this is what makes me. There's a lot of people that would use this as like a, like any sort of, like, I'm trying to think of like the best way to say it. They would use this as a point where they could say, oh, look at leftism, like that people are like leftists and they're bad, etc. I don't think this person is a leftist. I think this person is just an extreme radical. And they're so far down the rabbit hole of radicalism and extremism,
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Natil says, I want to hear Helene opinion on the government getting involved with parents who won't do hormones with their kids. Is it the government's business? Apparently, it is the government's business. That is a pretty rare occurrence, but it's actually the law of the land in a lot of places in California, which is interesting because remember earlier when I said that politicians on the left need to be more reasonable to be able to gain support? Well, it just so happens that Gavin Newsom is starting to change a lot of his opinions, at least on camera, because the rumor is he'll be running for president in 2028. Very interesting stuff. Keep in mind, he said recently that he no longer supports trans women in women's sports. Gavin Newsom said this. Gavin Newsom, who is perceived as the most radical, like left elected politician probably in the country, right? Said about a month ago that he no longer is in favor of trans women in women's sports. That's a huge, huge 80, 20, 90, 10 issue right now that the left is constantly defending. Gavin Newsom's saying the opposite now. Why? Because 2028 is coming fast. Right. And I guarantee you the hormone shit's he'll disagree with that again eventually. He'll disagree with the government getting involved with children, hormones, all that. He's going to change his tune on all that to try to slowly get support to run for office in 2028 on the national scale. I think so anyway. That would be the best strategy for sure. You know? Oh my God. All right. You would think Purple Cassius, but hey. Nah, that's kind of based, though. Purple Cassius is kind of based. Let's be honest. It's kind of based. Come on, Cassius. Come on. Yeah, Chesson, I agree. You know? J Dragon has been spamming something about $4.5 trillion being added to the debt. I don't really care. I don't really care about those issues, not directly right now because I'm not focusing on that. If I started to try to hit every single nuanced issue that is happening right now, we're going to get bogged down. But the reason that you are struggling, or most people are struggling, is because you feel sorry for poor people. Don't feel sorry for poor people. Focus on yourself and your family and the people who support you and better you. Don't worry about random people that may be poor somewhere, because I guarantee you that the poor people in the U.S. that have a brand new iPhone and an Audi on the way to the trailer park, I guarantee you they're better off than people that are getting beheaded in other countries right now that you could give two shits about, right? So, like, focus on yourself. Don't worry about poor people, right? That's to be said if something will even really affect poor people, right? It's like, I read an article on democratsarethe.best.com that said this is going to be bad. Yeah, of course. Even if you Google that shit, it goes hard. Right? If I have friends reach out to me and they're like, man, I'm really struggling, what do? I'm like, dude, you need to fucking get down to the grind, bro. You need to find what you're passionate at and start working towards it every single day and put a lot of time into it. Right? You know how many people, Shadow, not Shadow. Is that Shadow? Is Shadow that said that? Hold on, let me go. It might have been Dolphin. Who was that? Shadow? Dolphin? Shadow? Where the hell are you? J Dragon. All right. Yeah. So, you know how many people, Dragon, that reach out to me and they're like, bro, I want to do YouTube. I want to do content creation. I want to be a streamer. It's all I want to do in life. Right? And maybe they're struggling. Maybe they're not. Maybe they work 9 to 5. Maybe they make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. Maybe they don't make a lot. A lot of the time, they don't make a lot, to be completely transparent. I'm always like, okay, here's what you do. Get your camera and your mic fucking top tier. Doesn't take a lot. You can spend $500 and get that. In the grand scheme of things, $500 is not a lot. You got to buy your way into a degree. So get you a good ass mic. Get you a good ass camera. They're not expensive. You don't have to spend $3,000. These are on sale all the time. And they're the best mic on the market. And they're like $300. And I got mine for $220 on sale, boy. So at any rate, these people will reach out to me and I'm like, look, what you do is you start today You start your stream up today. You talk about something that's relevant, or you play a game that's not relevant. By the way, do not play a game everybody's playing, for the love of Jesus. And do it every day, and then start uploading clips, and make sure they're relevant to some degree to something. Don't be like, LOL, I fell off my motorcycle on GTA. What are you doing? No, make it relevant to some degree and do it every day, and do it for 6 months, and no one's going to be watching you. No one will watch you. That's how that works. It's called paying your dues. Everybody goes through it. That being said, I have no examples I can give you of the dozens upon dozens of people that have come to me and asked for advice, and I give them advice on literally how to do it. And it does work. They will stream once or twice and they'll never do it again. Why? Because the state that they are currently in is comfortable, and working towards something that is greater is stressful. Do you think racing in NASCAR, just showing up to the track and getting in the car, is all happy go lucky all the time? No, it's stressful and anxiety 99% of the time. I send 100 emails a day. I contact companies for partnerships and sponsorships. That is my entire job. Racing is not my job. All of it is marketing. And I do that every single day from the time I get up to the time I'm like, when I get off the stream, I'll send probably about 35 messages and emails, right? This is a completely different thing than YouTube now. All of that is extremely stressful. You have to be okay with working towards that to get to the end goal of getting in the car and driving, which then you have to do that now and be better at that and get better at that and focus on that, right? It's the same way with content creation and the same way with everything else. Don't feel sorry for all poor people, because the vast majority of the time they're there because it's a state of comfort. And I understand the perspective, because doing more and working towards your goals and dreams is way more stressful than clocking in and clocking out and going home and playing Call of Duty. It is 10,000 times more stressful than that. And people don't realize that until they get in it, and then they stop immediately. I have had people come to me wanting to race, and I'm like, here's how you do it. How much experience do you have? And they're like, oh, I've raced short track stuff for a couple years. I'm like, awesome. Here, I'm going to send you a PDF of a resume for NASCAR. Fill this out, email this guy, and start working towards it. You can start now. And they never do it. They're always like, oh, I don't know. And I'll follow up and be like, hey, how did that resume go? Did you talk to that guy? No, I haven't done it yet. And I'm like, and then they'll tell me in the second breath that, oh, I wish I could race in NASCAR. What? Go. Start working towards it. That's what you got to do. It is like that in every facet of life. That is why I don't overtly have this overwhelming sense of sympathy for the vast majority of people that find themselves in poverty. Because there is generally a way out, but that way out's hard. And it's way harder than just showing up at your job, doom scrolling, and going home. And I understand that. I understand the state of comfort. I was in it for 13 years. I worked dead end retail for 13 years. Looking forward to one vacation per year. And then I got addicted to the driven factor of doing YouTube and racing and pushing for more. Because once you understand how to do it, you're like, holy shit, this is way easier than I thought. All I got to do is just do it. And I know that sounds really stupid, but there's almost no other way you can put it. If you want to do a thing, go do it. Right? If you're like, man, I'm really struggling with money, where do you work? Oh, you work part-time at Walmart? Show up well-dressed and fucking go above and beyond. You're not paid to go above and beyond, but you want to get out of your situation, go above and beyond. 2 years later, you're a co-manager at Walmart making 140 grand a year. Your life has changed. And all you did was fucking just go. You just pushed. Just a little bit. Should you have to? I don't know. But that's the way the world is wired. You may disagree with how the world is wired, and that's totally fine. But you must adhere to its rules. So either A, you yell at the clouds and be angry that the world is the way it is, or B, you navigate that world and become a success. That's your only two options. So when I see people say, I'm just so worried about poor people, I'm like, you're worried about people that generally aren't interested in being out of that state. The vast majority of people that win the lottery, especially when they came from poverty, spend it all within 8 months. And they're poor again. Why? It's a phenomenon. And if you can't help somebody, and my perspective's changed from this, because I was probably more aligned with that when I was in my 20s. My perspective has completely changed from that. When I started racing, started doing YouTube, keep in mind this has been 6 years in the making. Didn't happen overnight. 6 years. When I started doing all of this, it changed my perspective because so many people reached out to me for help. And almost without exception, I tried to help them. I even rated people and shouted people out on social media sometimes. Like trying to help. And they would give up or get angry at me for some weird reason. I've never understood that. And they would just give up. And this is across the board. I don't even have one example of somebody that's came from this idea and been successful when I told them how to do it. It's not actually as difficult to do. It's just difficult to grind. It's stressful. It's a different kind of stress that you've never experienced. No, I can give an example. And I don't want to take credit for what she does. What's her name? Amanda. Cute little Amanda girl. I don't remember her fucking YouTube name. Am I insane? Somebody in the chat, what's Amanda's YouTube name? She streams with Disparu on Saturday and X-Ray Girl. Wicked Virtue. Yes. So Wicked Virtue, I rated Wicked Virtue and she was streaming on YouTube. And I think she had like 20 watchers or something. And I'm not like she does a great job, which is why she's doing what she's doing now. But I watched her show a little bit like the night before, and I was like, damn, she's really engaging. She's pretty good at this. So I rated her one night, and we talked. I think I invited her on my show one time, and we talked after her before, and I was like, yeah, just stream every day. Just start talking about relevant shit. Go hard. And I don't know if I gave her advice. I don't remember, to be honest. But I felt like I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But she fucking took the bull by the horns and is a powerhouse on Saturdays on her stream. She gets like 1,000 viewers. She is, and she's committed as hell. That's what she wanted to do, and she did it. Right? So that's my point, is that's why my opinion on the majority of what you would call poor people changed, because so many people have asked me how to do things, and I tell them, and none of them have ever done it, with the exception of maybe one person in the last 6 years. So now I'm like, wait, do they want to be helped? It's very interesting. So it's a weird mind game, and it's an acquired perception that I didn't have before. So, but that's whatever. You know, why don't you rate her anymore? Well, she's never streaming when I'm streaming, ever. I don't think I've ever seen her on my raid list. I would totally rate her. I love Amanda. She's great. Hey, by the way, lock the stream. We're almost at 200. And by the way, we are 330 from Naked Snake. You know? 330 from Naked Snake. Jay Dragon. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate your question, dude, because we got a pretty cool. I think we got a good talk around it. You know, it's a perception thing. You know, it's hard for me to care about so many people that don't want help, you know? And I don't want to occupy my mind with that because I have so much shit going on, right? No matter what happens, there's going to be corrupt people in power for the rest of our lives. The best thing you can do is focus on yourself and grind and hustle no matter who is in office, no matter who is in control. You focus on yourself and better yourself and your family and the people you care about. Because that is the only thing you have control over. You do not have control over who is in office as an individual. You only have control over yourself. So don't find yourself radicalized and obsessed with whatever politician you disagree with in the last 2 years. Because it just doesn't benefit you. You know, sure, we can talk about what we disagree and agree with, but when it comes right down to it, if you find yourself control Ving in the chat, you need to be like, all right, wait, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Chesson dropping truth bombs. What's up, buddy? Oh my God, it's Aussie Overlord. Hey, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, buddy? Thank you, Chesson. I love you, dude. Appreciate you. Keep in mind, June 7th to June 8th, I'll be in Raleigh, North Carolina for the Gaming Geek Expo. We're going to have a giant booth. My NASCAR race truck is going to be sitting right beside me. We're going to have simulators, racing. We're going to have a bunch of celebrities there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get your tickets today, boys. Come see me. I will have exclusive merch that will never be available anywhere else. Gaming Geek Expo, boys. And I'll have an exclusive. I'm going to be giving out free stuff too. Exclusive free stuff. So, and you're only ever going to be there if you show up there, you'll get it. So, let's go. Now we're only 325 from Naked Snake. Chess on the Dawn. Let's see. We are a pink boy. We're only a pink boy from a Rainbow Night too. Hot diggity damn. Look at us. Look at us.
Yeah, it's like playing God. Yeah, exactly. Right. I don't think you can blame this on left-wing ideology. I think this person, if it was up to them, they'd kill everybody. Right. And so I feel like that's not really playing much of a side, is it? So, yeah. And so you see Alyssa Mercante is still shit talking you on Twitter. I did see that. We'll talk about that later on. But yeah, so this is who the shooter is. And again, pretty much just another piece of shit. Apparently, did they catch him? Did they get him? Or he killed himself. Oh, okay. Well, that's wow. How sad. Wow, that's so sad.
Damn.
And anyway, so it was a dead body. Yeah, I guess so.
Damn, dude, that's so coward-like. That's so coward-like to fucking do some like heinous shit and then check out. That's bullshit. You need to face your accusers, man. Come on. Jesus, I hate that shit. Oh, he did too. Oh, fucking bastard. Chesson the Dawn with the Gold Boy says Chase 20 for 20% off your tickets at the Gaming Geek Expo in Raleigh, North Carolina, June 7th and June 8th. Do not miss it. The link is in the chat right above that. Don't miss that, guys. I'm telling you, if you collect, I don't want to like give out details too fast, but if you collect hero cards, there's only going to be one place on earth for the one I'm going to have. Don't miss it. Thank you, Chase. We love you, Chase. You the man, Chase. Get on it, dog on it, Chase. What's up? Thank you, dude. Appreciate you, baby. Donna for Naked Snake. 1 month to Pocono. Is it really? Well, hell yeah. I thought it was way further off. I'm excited. I can't wait for that shit. Send Facebook message 2 weeks before race. Yes. I already have my Charlotte list pulled up right now. Did I just open my... Oh, no. I opened the editor. No! Open my video editor. All right. I have 8 people. I have 9 people on my list right now for Charlotte. I want my panini. Dude, I contacted them and they won't respond to me, so I don't think they like me. To be fair, it is kind of hard to navigate that kind of world when my sponsor is Timcast. Because and look, don't misconstrue me. Thank you, Donna. I love you. Don't misconstrue me. I fucking love it. I love Timcast, love Temple, love all my boys. I'm saying that there are like people in the industry, like in the racing industry, do not want any part of me because they're afraid they're going to get in trouble. Keep in mind, there's still a lot of avenues that exist where people are terrified of getting in trouble or getting ostracized. Because you got to think, a lot of these people that are involved in stuff worked their entire life to get to their point, and they are terrified of fucking that up. So I mean, I get it. You know? But yeah, we do get some good shout outs though. All right. Thank you guys. Make sure you like the stream, by the way. 300 until Naked Snake. We're so close. We're so close. A pink boy from a rainbow night. The pink boy.
And he injured for the... Wait a minute. Oh, my God.
Wait, he accidentally killed himself. Oh, that's way worse. That's sad. That's way worse. Way, way worse. I agree, John Harris. That's a great point, John Harris. That's a great point. That's a great point. If you're afraid of getting in trouble for like a thing that exists, it might be you're in the wrong group. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Helena, make way, make way. Well, Helena, the whole point is I used to sing it for your Go Boys, and now you want it for free. You're taking advantage of me, Helena, is what it is. You're taking advantage of me. We're supposed to be tight. Okay? Tight. We're supposed to share Twix bars together. That's how, and this is how you treat me now. It's brutal. It's brutal, Helena. My boy accidentally offed himself in the bomb.
What a retard. Okay, so let me get this straight. So this guy goes and he wants to kill everybody, and the only thing he manages to do is kill himself? What an idiot. What a fucking moron.
This is like being in a football game and they hand you the ball and then the entire team just like separates and lets you walk past them because you know you have cancer and they want you to score a touchdown and then you fall. That's kind of what this is like.
Yes, look at this. Yeah, he killed someone. Yes, but he could have done that without blowing up the whole thing and doing all this like, Jesus, couldn't have worked better. Well, for everybody else, it sure did. You know what you say, guys? This is natural selection, and this guy selected himself. And thank God for that. Wow, this is a critic. Yes, bro, this is like rolling a 1 in D&D. It's sad, man. It's really sad. But there we go. To be honest, he did hate life. Yeah, but like under that logic, wouldn't you try to kill as many people as possible, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's how I like. I mean, if you don't like people being alive and you don't like life, wouldn't it be a good idea to try? He tried, but like it's the worst. But like you got to admit, right? That's a bad attempt. That's like trying to break a rock in half with your head. Like, yeah, you tried, but you dumb for trying it that way. And so, yeah, he's being ironic. I guess so. Yeah, a -1 kill streak, bro. This guy owned gold his own manifesto. And so, wow. Oh, what a fucking retard. But anyway, so yeah. And yeah, -1.
Average Redditor. Well, Lord Shadow, every single out of shape Redditor will say the same thing when they see somebody in good shape, like a jacked guy. What do they say? What do they say, Lord Shadow? What do they say? Right? What do they say? Can you tell me what they say? What does a fat Redditor say? Okay, hold on. God, my titty itches. Why does my titty itch? My fat ass titty itches. All right. So what does a fat, out of shape Redditor say when they see somebody in shape? Can you tell me what they say? I'll tell you. I'll tell you what they say. This is what they say. All those muscles aren't going to help you in a fight, bro. That's what they say every single time. Oh, yeah, all those muscles aren't going to help you in a fight, bro. As if the guy on Reddit is like the MMA master. Right? They're always like, oh, yeah, I could totally fight that guy and totally win. His muscles mean nothing. It's like, what? And then they unironically go out there and do like Bruce Lee karate and get knocked out in one hit. You ever seen that video of the kid that's in a fight? You know what I'm saying? And he starts doing Bruce Lee stuff, and then the guy just punches him and knocks him out. It's like, what do you Do you think you live in a movie? And also, do you think there's not levels to everything? Like the same person will be like, I could get in a Formula One car and beat Max Verstappen. They always think these things unironically. Like they could go into a professional environment and beat everybody. They're just that good. It's easier than it looks, right? It's easier than it looks. Armchair warriors is what it's called, right? The armchair warriors. That's what they are. They're just all about the armchairs. Armchair heroes is what they are. The heroes of the armchair world. Oh my gosh. Ho. Ah! Hey, we're going to be on the subject matter of cancer now. And Mid-Ohio could def beat you. Maybe. You might. Well, I suck at Mid-Ohio. I hate Mid-Ohio. And I don't hate the people or the people involved in the track stuff. I mean, I do not like that racetrack. The blind corners are brutal. They're so brutal. They're so brutal. I loved Watkins Glen. That shit was the best shit ever. I was like, this is awesome. God, Mid-Ohio, bro. What's up, Makuta? Damn, Mid-Ohio. Giving me freaking PTSD at that place. Coming off a turn freaking 2. Can't see anything. Going into the S's. Can't see anything. You know? If Teddy Roosevelt was alive and president today and he would invite you to the White House to fight him, would you accept and wouldn't pull any punches? Yeah, dude, that'd be great. Let's do it, man. He could probably kick my ass. That's fine. It would be an honor. You know? You're gonna be racing Cletus at Charlotte? No, I'm not running the ARCA race. I'm only running the NASCAR Truck Series race.
A lot of the people that are making like negative comments about Joe Biden having cancer, you just look like an asshole. It's an 83-year-old man that clearly has cognitive decline, halfway in the grave already.
Thank you, PES2 Chipper. Appreciate you, buddy. $300 until Naked Snake Boys. We got about an hour left, though. We got plenty of time.
You're like grave dancing. Like, what are you doing?
Making fun of cancer is disgusting. Also, nobody's making fun of cancer. We're all on cancer side here. Against Biden, no one's making fun of the cancer here. We're making fun of Genocide Joe. Realign your priorities, man.
The MSM is already laundering the reputation of a war criminal who oversaw the genocide of Palestinians, whose selfish nature allowed Trump to win a second term. Joe Biden is an awful monster. Prostate cancer doesn't change that. I mean, for people that are so focused on optics, somehow end up always looking like assholes. These are on the tolerant left. Yeah, it's like, the thing is, he's going to be dead. So
even people on the left are shitting on Joe Biden's cancer. It's fucked. But why am I surprised? Why am I surprised? Can we really say that Hasan's on the left, though? He's kind of like come all the way around. He's like on the tinge line of like hyper unbelievably extreme right. He's like about to cross over, you know? It's very interesting. Where is it? Can I fight FDR in the wheelchair? Hell yeah. Sean says, I got Derek to go 120 or 110. Yeah, don't do that. You don't have to die. Don't try to die.
It doesn't matter what he did, right? I mean, that's it. That's it. It doesn't matter. It's over. Literally, it's fucking over. It's like, really, did Trump comment on it? He did. I'll read what Trump said. Melania and I are saddened to hear about Joe Biden's recent medical diagnosis. We extend our warmest and most best wishes to Jill and the family, and we wish Joe a fast and successful recovery. Let's see here. He ain't recovering. I don't know if he is or not. I'll watch this short video about this.
Very unlikely that someone could get annual checkups and not notice a PSA elevation over the past, this is what I typically would see in a VA hospital, where a patient hasn't had medical attention in 10 years, presents to an emergency room with bone pain, and then they find that it's metastatic prostate cancer. But in the modern age of medicine, especially the fact that he was a former president, he had intensive state-of-the-art, care where we can see prostate cancer, 10 years in the past. So this is, it's very unusual to hear that someone has prostate cancer where they're annually being followed up. And the fact
the odds are it's probably a lot more than annual if you're the president and you're over 80 years old, right? I mean, what do you really think?
Well, to be honest, yeah, they were definitely hiding it. But it's not a surprise. It's kind of like one of those things I'm surprised, unironically. I'm so surprised that people act surprised when certain things happen, right? Like, they were hiding his prostate cancer. Yeah, no shit. They wanted him to stay president. Of course. Yeah, of course they did. That's what I would have done if I was the chief strategist. I'd have done the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, of course they hit it, right? So I don't think it's the same thing as Hasan Piker. It's like, why are people surprised that Hasan Piker hasn't been banned from Twitch? His best friend is the CEO of Twitch. The CEO of Twitch threw Hasan Piker a surprise birthday party. You know, so like I don't know why people are surprised at certain things. It's just wild to me. Such nasty people. I agree. As someone who's a lefty, seeing these reactions to Biden from my side is embarrassing. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. See, that's the issue, though. It's like, why is it socially acceptable to do it to conservatives, though? You know, right? I guess because it's such a ongoing issue that it's lost its, you know. So, like the left, people on the left, generally speaking, are the ones that more often are sending death threats to everybody. I've never got a death threat from somebody that wasn't hyper left. I don't think ever, actually. You know, if somebody's trying to get me canceled or banned from something, it's always a hyper left person every time. So that's not surprising. Therefore, it's lost its luster. We're not surprised at it. But when you see people like on the conservative side joking about it, it's more jarring because I feel like it's more rare, you know? Does that make sense?
I think we're only doing it once a year. Like, come on.
We just find it at a Gleason 9 is just pretty much unheard of in this day and age of medicine. Yeah. Even in the inner city populations, we wouldn't see it.
So you're saying even in a medically neglected population, it would be surprising to have a surprise diagnosis with
inner city.
They skipped that so quick. Snafu with a $2 super chat says, for the Fancy Doggo Treat Fund. Thank you, baby. 298 until Naked Snake. That rhymed. 8, 9, 10. Cancers likely grow aggressively. 7, intermediate risk for aggressive cancer. 6, cells look normal. Cancer growing slowly. Below 5, not considered cancer. So what is it saying that Biden is?
Populations.
I see. So you're saying even in a medically neglected population, it would be surprising to have a surprise diagnosis with a Gleason score of 9. So you're saying that certain.
Oh, so he has a 9. That sucks. Based on that graph, that's brutal. So she said he has a 9, which means cancer is likely to grow aggressively. Well, that sucks. Now, to be fair, he is like 90 almost. Right? So at least he's lived a damn full life. That's like kind of like where I take solace. And this is not really directly with, associated with Joe Biden, but I kind of take solace in the fact that when somebody that's like 90 or something, they get like a really intense illness. I'm like, well, at least they lived a very, very long time. At least they didn't get it at like 30 and freaking, you know what I'm saying? I know that's like weird, but I try to find the silver lining and stuff. And I'm like, well, at least they got to do it all. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? That might sound really assholey. By the way, we have finally hit a rainbow night. Oh, for the snake. Pony up, you bitches, and keep this train alive. We are officially halfway to Naked Snake, 245 away. Hot diggity damn. Can you believe it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Thank you, Bubster. I love you, buddy. Bubster is the man with a pink boy late in the damn game, getting us halfway to Snake. Can we do it for the 456th stream in a row? A couple red boys and a pink boy, and we're there. Thank you, Bubster. I love you, dude. I appreciate you so much for all your love, Bub. All the Bub love. Thank you, buddy. The Bub love. He's my man.
And even potentially as he was running in 2020 before he assumed office?
Well, most likely he had prostate cancer for a long time. And aggressive prostate cancer such as this at age 80 grows over a long period of time. I mean, usually...
Yeah, there's a lot of people like, this is what my dad told me at least, is that there's guys that get prostate cancer and the doctor's like, you're going to die from something else anyway. Don't worry about it.
Takes from the first diagnosis of prostate cancer to spread would take 5 to 10 years, even in the most aggressive form.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, it seems very surprising that the first diagnosis would be a metastatic diagnosis, especially Gleason 9 cancer, without, having his PSA history. I mean, I would like him to get to release the PSA history right now to see what it was. I mean, I'm talking from an area of kind of not as much information as I would like to have.
And it
as
is
a
not.
virologist.
It is not standard. We were looking for PSA score to be released as part of these public
Who the fuck cares about this? They covered up dementia, which is 10 times worse. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I guess, I mean, they're both bad. I mean, I think really the reason why people care is that it is more evidence that points in the same direction, that it is very obvious that there was problems with this guy, and the entire media apparatus, as well as the government, actively tried to pretend like there wasn't.
Yeah. So I think the biggest issue, and I think this is how a lot of people on the left feel, is they feel like they were robbed, right? Like, it's very, very obvious that Biden was selected to just be president. You know, it's very, very obvious that they, at the very last second, put in Kamala Harris. Now, because Biden wouldn't have survived a second term, obviously. So that may have been the strategy. He might have done better than Kamala, to be fair, though. But Kamala was not elected. She was selected, and it's just, I think people feel like they were fucking robbed, and I get it. You know, you should feel like you got a say in choosing the candidate. You know what I'm saying? And they hadn't in a long time. Like, the left hasn't really got to choose their candidate since, like, what, the 90s? It's been a long time since when Clinton went into office. That's the last time, like, Democrats actually got to choose a candidate, it feels like. Right? So, because it was like one family, or a family and like another family that have ties to each other that were the candidates the last 30 years. So I feel like people feel robbed as fuck, you know? They want like a different fucking person that was actually elected.
I think that's really where the conversation is. That's what's really going on here. So this is like, it's not that this is the whole graph, but this is just another point on the graph. And the line is still going in the exact same direction.
Potential health reports. We didn't get Trump's most recently either. I want to ask very quickly, so much has been made of his apparent cognitive decline. Mm-hmm. Is there a possibility that either the cancer itself or treatments he was undergoing in secret could affect cognitive function of a person?
I'm sure it could have.
Yeah, absolutely. Because what happens is when prostate cancer becomes, like, say you get treated for prostate cancer and then the prostate cancer recurs, what you would do is you would start someone on a kind of a testosterone blocking hormone such as Lupron, and because Lupron acts to lower your testosterone, it gives you kind of like symptoms of depression, lower energy, fatigue. So there's a lot.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
Of things that go with being on Lupron treatment. So Lupron is a class of medicine that just castrates, chemically castrates someone so that the prostate cancer doesn't spread. And so Lupron was likely used in Joe Biden.
So to be very clear, you believe he was silently, secretly battling this for at least 5 years?
Well, I think that's yet to be seen. I mean, it would be very surprising, like I said earlier, for him to.
I don't know. Would the group of people that hid other medical realities also hide a medical reality? Geez, dude, I wonder. Man, who knows?
Have prostate cancer.
Baragon. Yes. Very interesting. Strange. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I mean that's what you would do though. Like, again, we can't act super surprised because that's what you're gonna do. That's your only strategy. You don't really have another strategy. You got to hide that shit. But yeah, I feel like maybe the reason they're talking about this in such detail right now is because they like everyone feels robbed, right? Because you had Clinton, Obama, Biden, pretty like without really reaching too far, it's pretty much the same family. Yeah, it's pretty much the same family all the way through for like since the 90s. And now you're kind of finding out that they definitely knew and they kind of fucked everybody out. They fucked everybody out of everything. And I think people on the left are seeing this and being like, fuck, we got fucked. They fucked us good. So I think the best move for them in 2028 is somebody like Gavin Newsom. Strategically wise, I don't think he's good I think he's probably one of the more corrupt people. They're all corrupt to a degree. I think he's easily one of the most, but he would probably be the best strategy, I think, because he's going to say whatever, which is what they need. And he's got to be convincing when he says it. And yeah, but I don't know. I don't think he can win, but I do think that's the best strategy. Is somebody like that. The issue is they're gonna, as soon as he tries to run for office, they're gonna just show pictures, or they're gonna show videos of him demanding everybody wear a mask and threatening legal action, and then going to celebrity parties without mask on in the same day. They're gonna play those clips on repeat over and over. So it's gonna be hard.
Oh, wow.
Lisa 9 spreads a bone without without being neglected medically. So the fact that he was seen medically every year, it's just very surprising. I mean, his PSA must be over 50 at this point, if not a lot more, just because of bone mets, is a sign that it's very aggressive and spreading to other parts of
somebody says, there's no way therapy for prostate cancer induces dementia. It's not possible. Nobody said that. You're missing the point completely.
Body. So I think there's definitely evidence that he probably knew about this for a while.
Yeah, let's see if there's any more information about this, etc. And cancer, this is he posted about as well. Cancer touches us all. So as many of you learned the strongest in broken places. Thank you for lifting us up and love and support. I hope now they can leave this man alone. Just let him fucking retire. Stop trying to drag him out to say that Donald Trump is bad. Like just give him a fucking break, man. Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, and let him die. Yes, let him retire. He's got a very small amount of time left, probably. Like, just let the guy fucking rest. Holy shit. Now the cat's big mad. The cat is mad, bro. Look at the cat. God damn. The cat knows, bro. He's been mad as fuck. Yeah, everybody else is posting. Cynical thing I've seen in American politics. Truly, Biden is stage 4 cancer is doing hell. They just caught it now. Yeah, they knew. They didn't want to say it. The same as they knew that his brain was fried. And it's Puppet. Yeah, it's really, really fucking sad, man. It's awful. And it's also really funny for me to see that, a lot of people, like all of the, even people.
Yeah, Lord Shadow. Yep. There was so much evidence of that. So at any rate, gosh, I got coughs. We are 245 till Naked Snake. We're going to move on into our final portion of the night. Where am I? Where the hell am I? We're going to jump into the spicy content and, piss off the chat even further, which I'm very looking forward to, but hey, it's all good. It's all good. So if I was owned by Joe, I'd be pissed too. Yep. But Anubis, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Hill Dog. Oh, Hill Dog. We love you, Hill Dog. That's the Snook episode, yeah? The Snook. All right, boys, we're going to move into some disturbing stuff that you're going to really enjoy. I'm going to give my take on it, and we're going to move from there. We're going to go from there. We're going to have fun. So, what's up, Saul? How you doing, buddy? So, just keep in mind, we're 3 likes from 200 and 245 in Super Chats from Naked Snake. All right, first things first. This is something that I hyper disagree with. But we're going to talk about it anyway because I like talking about it. So we're going to jump right in to the delicious relationship bullshit that's very, very sad to read, but we're going to read it because some of the most disturbing stuff you'll ever read happens here. So before we get into it, make sure you like the stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. Beargon says, is this the part where you drink the fight milk? No. Fight milk is only when we hit 1,000 in Super Chats. And that's like a once a month thing. It's a once a month thing, man. You got to have like a pay pig like Billy that's just got endless money. Did you see the list of episodes Paramount Plus will axe when they get South Park? I did not. No. All right, so let's jump right into it. I want you guys' take on these inputs, and we'll move from there. So at any rate, here we go. It says, my wife is my biggest hater. Ooh, my God. It says, I'm 28 years old. I'm a 28-year-old male who's getting really into physical fitness after spending my early 20s drinking and eating poorly. This is a good thing. My wife, who is 30, that's a very interesting age gap, has been with me for the past 6 years, and we both got used to our inactive lifestyle. You can already kind of see where this is going, right? Recently, I realized that I didn't like how I looked in the mirror and decided to make a change. I managed to reduce my body fat from 30%. Jesus, my man was a tank, to 19% in about 5 months. That's good. And now I'm aiming closer to 10%. Hell yeah. Props to this dude. I shared my fitness goals with my wife, but she responded by saying they are unrealistic. I've started distance running. I began with 5 miles, then 10 miles, and now I'm running 15 miles, which is, if you ever want to get in like really good, like aesthetic shape, never do this, by the way. Just, not related, but never do long distance running. You'll just look like a stick figure. That's not fitness. That's just becoming anorexic, which is not, never been impressive. Not for a male, anyway. I told her that I wanted to attempt a 20-mile run, and again, she called it unrealistic. Up to this point, she has never complimented me on my accomplishments or shown any support for my goals. Because of this, I no longer feel comfortable discussing my fitness aspirations with her. Am I overthinking this? What should I do? My biggest pet peeve ever is when your significant other does not overtly support what you're doing, especially when it's beneficial. Maybe it doesn't have to be beneficial, but you're writing music, you're playing music, your significant other should be always encouraging you in your passions. That's a big deal because you're sharing your life and your passions with that person. So they're choosing in their vulnerable state to share this with you, and you immediately shoot it down. Yeah, you suck. And my happy ass would not be in this relationship. That's for damn sure. Here we go. Hey, let's see what Reddit says, because Reddit's gonna be angry at the guy for getting fit. It says could be a few things. It says this could be her frustration coming out, and maybe she's starting to resent you for all the time you're spending getting yourself into shape and not spending time with her. It's your fault because you're not spending enough time with her. Yeah, I wonder who wrote this. She feels insecure that you're bettering yourself and she isn't. That's a good one. She may have a fear that depending on what her health body image situation is, you will attract more attention and leave her for someone better. Yeah, you should. You should. Yeah, you should. If you're with your significant other and you're getting into fitness, or you're already into fitness, let's just cover both things, and your significant other is in no way, shape, or form interested in improving their physical fitness, let alone putting you down for doing it, yeah, get the hell out. Leave. Fuck that. Gross. I hate that shit. Oh, I'm going to continue being fat and not improve myself, but I'm worried my husband might leave me. Yeah. If the person you're with is bettering themselves, you don't just reap the rewards, baby. You better start bettering yourself as well. It doesn't have to be financially. One of the best advice I ever saw from someone that was a woman was their husband, okay, was successful and relatively in shape and getting more successful by the day, right? Keep in mind, when you become like successful and stuff starts to fall into place, it can snowball fast. And the way she felt secure in herself to stay a viable candidate for this relationship was she went to the gym every day. And she made sure she was always in the best shape of her life. Right? Is that foolproof? No. But sitting at home and getting the size of a house and complaining is not going to benefit you. I'm sorry. It's just not. So, yeah. What's my best advice? Communication. You won't know which one until you understand her why. The only way to getting that is having a conversation about how that makes you feel, asking why she feels the need to put you down. Have you tried telling her about yourself? Yeah, everybody's going to say the same thing. All right. Do you have kids? Not saying that there's no possibility she's jealous here, but the kind of distance running that takes a lot of time. I remember feeling this way when my ex started P90X. He was gone for 2 hours, and when he was home, he was so tired and sore that he couldn't get anything else done. And on top of that, I wasn't getting any time for myself because we had young kids and someone had to care for him. There's definitely an underlying fear that he'd lose interest in me, and well, that's something you need to talk through and not ignore. Yeah, if you're worried about that, go to the gym and find a gym with a daycare. There you go. I just solved your problem. Oh shit, but that takes worse. That takes work, unfortunately, right? Being a fitness widow is a drag. God, every single one of these are girls that are angry because he's spending time away. I don't like when you better yourself. Except I want you to better yourself. But I also don't like when you better yourself because it takes time. Are you kidding me? %, body fat is very difficult to maintain, and there's no health performance reason to it at all. Well, I mean, it's a goal. It's not like he's going to maintain it for the rest of his life. It says 10% body fat is unrealistic. It's not. I've been there before. And distance running takes a lot of time. Maybe she actually wants you home to, do family things with her. Your new obsession has thrown a monkey wrench into what she used to be the home life. You probably can't enjoy regular meals with her anymore. You can't kick back and sleep or watch a movie or go out for dinner because it all gets in the way of your extreme fitness goals. You probably don't have time to clean the house or be a dad or whatever. How long do they think the gym takes up? You can run a 10-mile. If you're in shape, you can run 10 miles in like an hour and a half. I'm so confused. She didn't think she'd be married an Olympic athlete. That is not what she signed up for. Who is this? Is that his wife? This feels like his wife answering. You don't have time to do anything at all. You're terrible. You can't go out and have fun and eat food and get fat. God. These people. You can tell the fat people like in the comments. The fat people. Miserable people. Hey, what's up, KY? 245 from Naked Snake with about 30 minutes left. Let's continue. Everybody's yelling at him saying he's unrealistic goals. Come on, dude. I love how if you set a goal, people just shit on you. That is dismissive. That is hating. You know how many people I told I was going to focus on YouTube when I started YouTube, I was going to focus on it. You know how many people told me that it wasn't a real job and it was unrealistic? Everyone, with the exception of my parents and Tiny, because my parents support everything I do, no matter what it is. My parents support it, which is good. But every one of my friends were like, "Oh, that's so dumb. That's unrealistic." Yeah, and guess what? It worked out. And then when I started focusing on racing, so many people were like, it's unrealistic to ever think you're going to get anywhere with that. Yeah. Unrealistic. What's up, John? How you doing, dude? She might be afraid you're going to leave her for someone more fit. Yeah, that would be, 100%. 100% you should be. What the hell is this? I'm afraid he'll leave me for someone in way better shape. Yeah, that should be your biggest fear. Are you kidding me? That should be easily your biggest fear. Because that's the most likely outcome if you're not going to better yourself. Go to the gym. Oh my God, is it that hard? Jesus. He's going to leave. Yeah, he probably will. If you're not going to improve yourself, you're going to get left behind. Adapt or get left behind. Okay? Oh, I can't watch my favorite movie on cable because it's not on cable. It's on Prime. Adapt or get left behind. It works in every situation. Adapt or get left behind. Crazy. How do we know she's fat? Because he said in the initial post that she's extremely used to our inactive lifestyle and our like the food we are normally eating. It implies that she's not in shape, but we also don't know that she's 500 pounds either, right? But he also said he was 30. He and her are basically he used the we, and he used the 30% fat example. 30% fat's a lot of fat, dude. 30% fat is like morbidly obese. Everybody's like, it's so hard to get down to that percentage. Yeah, it is. That's why it's a goal. Yeah, Ashley, I know a lot of people like that. Do you think maybe she resents that this fitness journey of yours is cutting into time you spend together? God, I'm so sick of this. I want a man who makes a lot of money, but also he doesn't go to work so he can spend time with me. It's like you always get it in, you always get an out, you know? She's 30% fat? No. So he implied that they both are the same. We don't know that she is, though. She could be skinny, I guess. But still, I mean, the same metric's going to apply. He's going to go to the gym, and there's going to be girls there that are in hyper shape, and they may connect better than him and his wife do. So you need to get in front of problems. You don't wait for a train to hit you. You step out of the way like an hour before the train gets there. That's the easiest thing to do. Look at all these people. Maybe she has no problem with how you were before and thought you were great. Maybe she loves you in every shape and size. I'm so confused. I am so confused. Maybe she loved you when you were fat. So he's not supposed to. Do you live for affirmation from your significant other? He's doing it for himself. Maybe she loves when you're fat. Fuck off. You're not supposed to better yourself. I had to do that for myself in the same breath. That's crazy. 10% body fat's wildly unhealthy. Oh my God, fuck off. God, these people are stupid as hell. Dude, Reddit's rough. Reddit is brutal. 10% body. I can just see it now. I can see it now, guys. I literally can see it right now in front of God and everyone. 10% fat is so unhealthy. God, Reddit, it tries my patience. 10% fat, so unhealthy. Fucking Reddit every time. Every time, man. Every time. Billy Hatcher with a gold boy for the snake. 235 to Naked Snake. With about 30 minutes left. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Billy. I love you, Billy. Appreciate you, Billy. You the man, Billy. It reminds me, Lesser Logic, of when I was about 13% body fat when I was 27. And like all the older people in my family that were obese, and I shouldn't say my family, I should say multiple families, like Pete Fran's families, would always be like, you need to eat something. Like, you can't lose any more weight. If you lose any more weight, you're going to disappear. Why would you lose weight? And I'm like, because like I'm setting a personal goal and I'm reaching for that goal, because that is a tool to keep my mind personally driven on all goals, not just that goal, but all goals. You know, deep down, she's jealous and insecure and wants you to stay inactive so she doesn't feel bad. 100%. That's the easy. It's obvious. That's the only thing it could be. He probably beats her. Ashley, shut your mouth. He probably beats her. Oh my God. All right. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. All right. Here we go. The cheating scandal. Here we go. All right. What's up, Real Wade Nation? How you doing? Hell yeah, Saul. You the man, dude. Saul's the man, dude. A Goshi. Pure blood? Are you? You're just pure blood's just what is it? A brain rotten in the chat. A Goshi. A Goshi. A Goshi. All right. Thank you, Roll Wade. I appreciate you, baby. All right. So it says 10-year update. Oh, updated from 10 years ago. We got to pull that bitch up right now. All right, here we go. This is going to be fun. I'm excited. 10 years ago, plus we have an update 10 years later. God, this is going to be fun. I got some dry skin on my nose. Get out of here. All right. All right, here we go. 235 to a naked snake, Billy Hatcher. So it says, I'm a 39-year-old male with my wife, who's a 39-year-old female of 10 years. Found out 2 months ago, she cheated on me. She took the pills, went to the hospital. We're working through it, but it sucks, and I'm not always sure I can. Hold on. What the fuck did this dude just say? She cheated on me. She took the pills. I'm not always sure I can. What happened? What happened? Here's probably what I'm deciphering here is he found out his wife cheated. She's trying to kill herself because she doesn't want to face accountability. This is a common thing. I'm going to take all these pills because you're threatening to leave me after I did a thing that is heinous. All right, anyways, sorry. My wife and I both turned 40 this year. We have 3 kids under 10. Past couple of years have been less than romantic. I work all the time and she works 2 nights a week. So yeah, we've been falling out of touch. Oh, it happens, dude. It happens. All the classic signs come up the past 6 months. She dyes her hair, starts wearing cooler clothes, picks fights with me. Shocking. About 2 months ago, I have the house to myself and decided to snoop. I see the text messages with her coworker. Apparently, they kiss one night after work in his car. Oh no. She says, and I believe her here, it didn't go further than that. Oh my God. Come on, baby. But her text messages were very clear she wanted to. I haven't wanted to connect with someone in so long. I want to see this through, the whole thing. That's burned in my brain. He rejected her, though. So it never went further. Found out 2 weeks later. Yeah, okay. Okay. See, the reason it didn't go any further is because he pumped and dumped her ass. Charles Salmons, Rene Descartes said it based. Reddit East Race. Thank you, Charles Salmons. I love you, dude. Appreciate you. $2 super chat, buddy. She said, "Get in my kid." Oh my God. I almost immediately stopped caring for her. I'm guessing is that what this is. She is released only a few days later. It's usually much longer than that, but she says she's super motivated to get out for the kids and played the game. I feel it was at least partly a deflection, but what choice do I have? I was trying to watch out for myself, but I have a kid's mortgage and a job and a life, and I don't want to be a divorced dad living in my dad's basement. I make okay money, but not enough for 2 households. Yeah, that's why you don't get married. He's like, I would have left, but I got all this shit. Yeah, that's the issue. I love her, but I'm having a hard time getting past this. We're doing individual and couples therapy and have some great and intimate time since I found out, but she's kind of in survival mode and doesn't have a lot of energy to give. Getting used to the new meds. I'm the one reading the marriage books. I want to be here for her, and I'm trying hard, but I feel guilty that I can't get past it. God, what a cook. Even though I know that's not rational. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that Skytex. I retweeted it. Hell yeah. She's doing the thing. She's doing the thing. Zeno the Stoic. What's up, dude? 235 until a naked snake with a few minutes remaining. Just tonight after a failed sexy time. Oh, never mind. I hate this guy. He said sexy time. Unironically, sexy time. God, stop using baby language if you're a full-grown man. Stop using baby language. Please, guys. Please. Stop using baby language As a man that's a full-grown adult, that is so cringe, and it makes me want to jump off a cliff. We had sexy wexy timesy wimesies. Oh, God! Fuck. Sexy time. God! Just say sex. Just say after a failed sex session. Sexy time. God, I hate that shit. She was too tired. I Googled this guy's name again, but this time I found his Twitter feed. On the night in question, he tweeted he has a crush, and he tweets what looks like an inside joke, and it's eating me up. I know he rejected her. I saw the messages, but maybe there's more to it. Who the fuck is that inside joke? Yeah, it's probably because she said, hey, send me messages rejecting me after the smashed pissers. Yeah, Ashley, exactly. Are you reading this on a different monitor? Well, I got a bunch of monitors. This is on one of them. It's right in front of me. All right. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm a bad friend. I apologize. Woo! Wife cheated, but we're both committed to the past it. 2 questions. Have any of you successfully got past this thing? All right, there we go. Look, OP, she was rejected. There was intent, and that's all you need to focus on. Will she try doing this again? Yes. Will you discover it this time? Hopefully. OP, bro, listen, bro. For what you told us here, she did not apologize or meant to any wrongdoing. Instead, coming home and talk about it and continue to lie, and then she tried to commit suicide. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Maybe you can save it, but the whole trying to commit suicide thing, no. No, I don't think so. But let's read the update. Let's read the update, guys. I think it's time to read the update. Here we go. I actually have the update. Here we go. Update from 10 years ago, guys. 10 years ago. It says, all the advice in my now 49-year-old previous post was reasonable, good advice. I'm glad I didn't take any of it. I'm still married, and I love my life and my wife. Like any marriage, there are things we work on, but in retrospect, the incident with the guy whose name I just realized I don't even remember was truly a bipolar hypomanic phase at the time. That medication she was on for depression only exacerbated the issue. Ooh. This sounds like what she said. Oh, it was the medication making me want to have sex with other dudes. It was my medication making me have sex with other dudes. That's what it was. No, what's happening, Ashley, is she got way better at hiding it. That's what's going on here. We vacation together. We're intimate several times per month. We have plans for when our kids are out of the house. I learned through the process of couples therapy how important it is for me to be okay with just me. If I'm alone or end up divorce, I'll survive and retain my identity. I have my hobbies and have established my self-worth. She has continued to work on her mental health with professionals and have succeeded in avoiding the worst ups and downs. All this to say divorce and separation may be the right answer for a lot of situations, but you should know that it's not the only solution for really bad situations. TLDR, my wife is still... It's, hey, maybe maybe things all did work out. But he kind of sounds like he's coping. Right, Lesser Logic? Sounds kind of copy. Sounds kind of copy. No. Man, my nose be running. I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't have sniffled on camera. I didn't realize I did that. Sexy times. You're just looking for an excuse to say sexy times in my chat right now. 233 until Naked Snake Boys. With a few minutes left. Down to the wire. I agree, Zeno. That is the obvious move here. That is the obvious move here. All right. Next one. My boyfriend said I ruined his birthday. Let's see what happens. Yesterday was my boyfriend's birthday. We've been dating for 4 years. I put in good effort for the occasion. I got him 3 gifts that totaled $325, which keep in mind the amount of money means it's better. And all correlated to his most current hobbies: a cool Monster Hunter figure imported from Japan, merch from his favorite sports team, and a glass guitar slide. I baked a cake from scratch, probably the best thing I've ever made. Not gonna lie. I made dinner reservations at a nice place. I just want to do it right and make him feel special. Interesting. This sounds good. Sounds good, man. He loved the gifts, and we spent the morning having coffee and cake. He told me later that he liked the cake so much that it was literally all he ate that day before dinner. We both had work that day, and I had a pretty busy day. I admit I was a little stressed when I got home, but I was excited for dinner, and we both got ready to head out. This sounds great. Sounds like we're having a good time. I wonder what's going to happen. I feel like dinner was where I messed up. It started out fine, and our meals were delicious, and we were chatting about random stuff, but at some point, I just kept saying the wrong thing. How do you say the wrong thing in a 4-year relationship? Like, why are we still having awkward wrong thing, like, fuck-ups? I'm screaming. We were talking about tattoos we wanted and accidentally brought up an old incident where he left a family reunion with his siblings to get tats, which ended up taking 8 hours and left me babysitting a bunch of random children alone. He seemed upset. I realized my mistake and quickly changed topics, but he clearly was still upset. As soon as we left, he wouldn't talk to me in the car or at home. All he wanted to do was lay in bed silently and scroll through his phone. He didn't want to be touched either. He kind of sounds like a little bitch. It sounds like he could have literally laughed it off. Oh, yeah, I totally fucked you that day. You know? The next morning, he said he was miserable for the entirety of his birthday. Uh-oh. He sounds like 2 years. Yeah, it sounds like a weird reaction. That kind of hurt. He seemed happy the previous morning. We had a great convo over coffee. He told me he had an awful day at work, and my irritability when we got home was not okay. I made 2 comments about the food in the sink and the cat peeing on the floor, but I guess I didn't balance it out with something positive. Look at her. Look at her. He said he wasn't happy with our dinner conversation, and all he wanted for his birthday was be happy, so I ruined it. Yeah. I know I could have done better, but I find it difficult to be the perfect conversationalist. I'm so much better at gestures, so it sucks when saying dumb shit ruins it. Most of the birthday posts I've been seeing are the opposite. No effort, forgot. What could I have done differently? How do I make it up? Advice greatly appreciated. Well, he sounds kind of like a little bitch. To be fair, I wanted to be happy on my birthday, and you said a thing, and now I'm not happy no more. It's like you're still celebrating your birthday at 25 years old and saying, I just want to have a happy birthday. At 25? Bro, if I have the option, I don't celebrate my birthday. But now I got people in my life that throw me surprise birthday parties, and I can't avoid them. Damn it. PDH does this shit every year. I'm like, stop. Tiny One Badger did this shit too. I would just come home from the gym and there's fucking streamers. And I'm like, look, dude, I'm trying to just survive. And you're throwing birthday parties. And I still have a good time and I drink and I party. You fuck it, you know? All I want to do is be happy. I'm such a little baby. Jim Satala said he wanted a birthday blowy and she didn't give him one. That's for damn sure. Kinda? No, Purple Chaos. No. Don't say kinda in this chat. I invited a big surprise to your next birthday. Eggs? Oh my gosh. How you doing, Art? Welcome to the stream, Art. Hope you're doing good. I had my B-Day last week. My wife got together with my brother and sister and parents, so they all of them brought me hardcover editions of books from my favorite series. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Dump him. I agree. Sounds kind of like a little baby. If you get upset over your birthday, you a bitch. He wanted it at the restaurant and didn't get it. What's up, Diesel? Happy birthday, buddy. Yeah, McSteller. That's how I do things, man. 233 until Naked Snake Boys with a handful of minutes left. I'm going to pull up another one, but we're at the end here. We're at the end of the road, everybody. He's probably farting in the car, so she had to say. So she said, "No way, please stop farting in my face." Yeah, Skytex, I agree. Girls only do degenerate acts like that when they're courting you, though. Girls no longer do that after they're in the relationship with you. They're like, I want to do missionary and nothing else, and I swear to God, if you ask me to get on top, I will freak the fuck out. Girls are more interested in putting work in to get the relationship, not to maintain the relationship. Okay, men do that as well, right? But when women do it with sex, men do it with everything else, right? Men do it in a way that's women should be able to spot. Like men will lie and be nice. Just be yourself. That way, when you find a girl that's into that, like you just being your casual self, then you never have to worry about shit breaking down. I've seen friends in the past when they court girls completely change their personality to court a girl. Completely change it. And then they'll get into a relationship and move in together, and then their personality shifts 180 degrees, and they're suddenly not happy. Yeah, no shit. She fell in love with a different person, bro. He was right, Sir Gobbledygook. He was right. He was right. All right, let's find the next one. Dude, I'm so hungry I might throw up. It's brutal. Brutal hungriness tonight. I literally don't think I can change who I am. I can tone it down, but I can't. Yeah, I'm the same way, dude. I can't change who I am. It's hard. I'm just me, man. I'm unapologetic melee. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, I did skip one. I skipped this one. Oopsies. Let's go ahead and pull it up. I was wondering why we were already done. I was like, what the fuck? Food. What's up, ants? How you doing? Not all these lames and fats. We don't like fats. We don't like fats, Ashley. We are not fans of fats here. This is a fat-free chat. Just letting you guys know. For sure. Billy says the snake streak is going to finally die. Finally. God, dude, we've been so close like 100 times. 100 times. I'm always allowed to say fats because shut up, Ashley. You're not fat, Ashley. You have a fat ass, but it's like a fat ass is a good thing. You fucker. Has she taught you Slovakian traffic cone, sire? What the hell are y'all talking about in the chat? All right, let's continue. YouTube finally got the streak dead. Hey, man. Streaks, all good things must come to an end eventually, Billy. Eventually, all good things come to an end. All right, let's do this one. I cannot match my husband's level of affection after having a baby. Husband is not happy about it. Here we go. My husband and I love each other very much, but he has always been way more affectionate than me. Red flag. We've been together 8 years. He's very touchy. He loves to kiss. However, our different levels of affection was minimal enough that it hasn't bothered him. That's until we had a baby 9 months ago. Hey, man, that's one thing. That's one thing. If you need to find out what the person that you are dating's love language is day one. Day one, bro. You need to find that shit out. Because if you find out that the girl you're dating's love language is not aligned with yours, shit's going to get bad in a few years. I cannot tell you how devastating it is to snuggle up with your girl. She's laying there in bed, and you see your body, and you're like, I want to snuggle up to her and kiss her on her shoulders because that's what you like to do. And then she pushes you off. That is more dangerous. Not dangerous. That is more demoralizing than everything else. That's almost as bad as coming in on her banging another dude. You know? So Ashley says no. Ashley, thank you for your gold super chat. 223. Till Nugget Snake. Look at that. Look at that. Congratulations, Peak Degenerate. How you doing, buddy? Ashley with a gold, boy. She's trying to keep it alive. She's trying. I appreciate you, Ashley. I love you. All right. Twerk girl at 500 now to make it fresh again. Shit. I haven't twerked in a long time, man. I don't know if I can still do it. Thank you, Ashley. We love you, Ashley. Even if you got a fat ass, we love you. All right. Tonight, he came to me and said someone hit on him at the gym, and he felt really weird about it and said he wants us to be more affectionate with each other. Uh-oh. He's threatening her. He's giving her a good old-fashioned threatening here. What's up, Darth Ikrotachi? I got hung up on him feeling weird about getting hit on, because to me, that implies he was tempted. Otherwise, why would he feel weird about it? He said he felt weird about it because he's never been hit on before, and it reminded him how much he only wants to be with me, which doesn't really make much sense. But that's what he says. So, okay. Now, look, here, I'll explain this to you. Again, we've covered this. Okay. They want to hold my belly fats. Oh, yeah, dude, I'm all about it. What's up, Tristan? How you doing, buddy? I'm all about the belly fats. Please let me squeeze it. Oh, yes. I need more of the belly fats. I will grab that shit. Yeah. But how much till next steak? 223. I'm never that comfortable. I am all about it. Oh, let me explain this to you, by the way. She said she's worried that she's not affectionate, or she knows she's not affectionate enough, and now she's worried he's being tempted. Yeah, adapt or get left. Adapt or get left. If you worried you're lacking a certain thing, start providing that thing. Oh my God, what is wrong with people? You have the answer right in front of you. It's like, okay, hold on. I need to add 2 tablespoons of sugar to this recipe. I have an entire bucket of sugar beside me. You know what? No, I'm just going to complain that the recipe needs 2 teaspoons of sugar. That's what I'm going to complain about. Instead of just putting the fucking sugar in the cake, boy. Is it that hard? Ah! Fucking moth. God. You love I'm wearing my own shirt? Yes. I am gay. Yes. Yeah. Why do incompatible people keep having kids? Inexperience. They found each other and they mistaked sex for love. That's what happened. Then he said stuff like how we haven't touched each other in over a month, which is not true. And after our baby goes to bed, there's so much time to be affectionate with each other, but I don't seem interested at all. I see his point and I understand where he's coming from, but after I put the baby to bed, all I want to do is relax and have some fun. So you're admitting that you're not interested in touching him at all. Okay. Good luck with that. At that point, I've been affectionate with our baby all day long. I don't have any more room for affection. All right. Am I getting trolled? Chat? I feel like I'm getting trolled. I do not have any more affection for you, sir. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to have sex with gym girls. Holy shit. I know there's maternal affection and romantic affection, but at the end of the day, I just don't have much room left for any sort of affection. Well, good luck. I explained this to my husband, and he said he understands what, but he just wants to voice how he feels. Okay. He said he understands. I told him he doesn't get affection anymore. Sorry. And he was totally fine with it. You know, now, to be honest, that might be my plan, right? So if I was this guy, and maybe I'm heavily invested, right? We got a shared bank account, okay? We share all our finances. We have a child. Maybe she's like, she tells me straight up, I have no affection to give you. Straight up. She tells me that face to face. I have no affection left for you. I might just start fucking bitches. Right? And just like be like, all right, well, I'll have sexual relationships over here, and then I'll have my family over here. Is that wrong, do you think? What do you guys think? I mean, she told you straight up she's not interested in any affection with you. So, like, side bitches? I mean, that seems to be the only fucking way to go about it. I agree, Justin. I agree with that shit. If she won't provide it, get it else. Yeah. I'll see over law. Then you don't have a partner. 100%, dude. 100%. Just spilled my damn whiskey. 100%. I agree. They probably need a consultant. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. But you know what's weird to me, Matthew, is the fact that you can voice your concerns with your significant other, you know, And until they hear it from a therapist, they're not going to retain it. Maybe, Ashley, that's true. You know what I'm saying? Why do I have to tell you what my issue is and you have to hear it from a therapist for you to like believe it? Oh, yes, actually, yes. The therapist said I should be more affectionate and I should want to enjoy it. And it's affirming to me as well. Wow, this makes so much sense now. What? Like, come on. Art says up to the ante and have a threesome with her and her mother and her sister and then film it, email it to her while she's at work. Yeah, that would work too. That will work too. 2:23 until negative snake boys. 2:23 until negative snake boys. That's if the therapist tells them that, MRT. If she goes alone, the therapist will tell her to get a divorce. I think therapists just love doing that shit. Could be very likely to be. Shadowcat says, considering this woman could very likely be me, it could be real. Different people have different needs and love languages. Shadowcat, elaborate more. What do you mean could likely be me? Yeah, MA, 100%. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm saying that. Yeah. So 100% MA. To ask her, so you're saying that we will no longer have any affection towards each other, or it will be extremely rare. And if she says yes, all right, cool. Side bitches, you know? Or he nukes his relationship if he gets a side chick. I mean, maybe, or he could just like have a side chick. Bro, there are dudes out there that have had a side chick for 20 years. The same one. My wife withheld sex at one point in a relationship for a significant amount of time. I told her to get with the programmer I was leaving as I had enough. Magically, the problem fixed itself. Unbelievable, right? Lord Shadow, unbelievable. Crazy. It's insane, Lord Shadow. I can't believe that worked. It's his fault. But Ashley, are you having a troll day? Are you having a fun time trolling my ass? Okay, Shadow says, I'm not very particularly open or affectionate person, rather like a cat. If I'm spending all day ensuring the baby feels loved, I could be very drained. Sure. Okay, Shadow Cat, this is perfect. Thank you, Shadow Cat. I'm so happy right now. All right, Shadow Cat, where are you at? All right, Shadow Cat. You're not open or affectionate. Okay, so at the beginning of this, I said, make sure you find someone that matches your love language. Because I think she also said she's never been affectionate, really. Right? My middle name is Blake, Sir Gobbledygook. So that's number one. So it's kind of his fault a little bit for committing to somebody that doesn't match his love language. I feel like that's very important. If I was with a girl that didn't like to be snuggled and kissed on, like I love to kiss on girls' shoulders and their back, their necks, and they're like scrub their head, rub their arms and stuff while they're laying there, like half asleep. Not even with the intent on trying to bang them. I just love exploring their bodies and kissing on them. I just fucking I love the female form, especially when I care about the person. I'm so, Now, a lot of the times it leads to eating some ass. It just happens. I'm sorry. Okay. But that being said, if I find a girl and she's not like on board with that, I'll immediately know. And I'm like, yeah, okay, this is not going to work. Right. So kind of his fault on that avenue. So that wouldn't make you in the wrong, Shadow Cat. Right? So if you tell somebody that, Shadow Cat, then that should be an understood thing, right? You're not really affectionate. So don't get annoyed when I'm not really affectionate, right? So yeah, you wouldn't be in the wrong there. So here's the issue. Let's say you completely are done with like being affectionate, which is going to lead to having sex. And now you're in a sexless marriage. And your husband is in a sexless marriage. What would you think about him having a side chick? But like, obviously it's just a side chick that he's banging every once in a while. What would you think about that? Since you kind of have that personality, maybe, or could have that personality, like, what do you think? Like, he still does everything he does, still takes care of you, still financially taking care of you, still does what he needs to do. Everything's the same, but he's banging a chick every once in a while. Getting his kisses in. Imagine there was no child. She's wanting to be affectionate every night, but when he comes home from work, he's just too tired to do anything. Oh my God. Yeah, razzle dazzle. That'd be the end, wouldn't it? Eating ass is the most romantic thing a man can do. Goddamn, Art. Marriage should be a 4-year contract with an option to renew or walk away. Oh my God, that's a great point. Like that, you thought of me when you saw that. Yeah, dude. That's what I've had actually somebody send me something like that before. Shadowcat says I'm kind of territorial and wouldn't be comfortable with it. I'd be worried it would create division. I try to find a happy medium. What do you think would be a happy medium in your opinion, Shadowcat? We're talking to chat now, apparently. I like doing this. This is fun. I'm having a good time. This naked snake streak will die tonight, and that's okay. But at least I'm having a good ass time. Billy Hatcher with the orange boy says for the snake, and we're 200 away. He's trying. Oh, Lord, he's trying. We're 200 away now. He's trying. Thank you, Billy. Oh, he's trying. Yeah, peak degenerate. I agree with that. Thank you, Billy. I love you, Billy, for your orange boy. Orange boy. Rain Nation says, I still think they should see if she has postpartum. Well, yes, that's a factor. But in the very, very beginning, she said she's not an affectionate person already. So that's kind of where this stems from, I think. That's the evidence we have to go off of anyway. Reaching a level of physicality, and affection that both partners are comfortable with. Yeah, 100%. Yep. 100%. Yep. That's a good response, Shadowcat. Agree completely. But if you can't force yourself to do that, Shadowcat, let's say you agree to that, but nothing changed, right? So let's say you completely agree that you're going to work on it and you're going to start being more physical, more affectionate, but you don't do it. Because keep in mind that's something that happens a lot. People will say they're going to do a thing and they just don't do it. And then another year goes by and nothing changes. Would you then be okay if he got a side chick? You know? Winning loses its meaning until you lose one. Then why would he complain now? He knew that married her. He was setting up for failure. I said it was kind of on him a little bit at the beginning. Yeah, it was kind of on him at the beginning. You know, physicality. D what? Hey, eat my ass. D what? How about that? How about you eat my sweet ass? 80 likes until 300. You got a stupid little fox next to your emoji. Hell yeah. Sometimes it boils down to two lonely people trying to hate themselves a little less. That's a very, 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 very well put thing you said there. That needs to be on a damn quote. That needs to be on a tombstone. Two lonely people trying to hate themselves a little less. This applies to both. It's conflicting love language again. Yeah, sure it is. I agree, Shadowcat. Or would you then? Where'd you go? Okay, so here's my question. Jizzicality. Here's my question. Would you if okay? So a year goes by, nothing changes. You can't force yourself to be something you're not, right, Shadowcat? Okay, so he comes to you. I'm going to pursue a divorce, or B, nothing will change, but I'm gonna have a side chick that I bang every once in a while in the gym. Like, which avenue you think you're gonna go down? Like, try to be really look inside yourself. What do you think you would do in that situation? YouTube finally killed the naked snake streak. Hey man, it's all good. It's all good, baby. Streak has to die eventually. Trust me, the YouTube's algorithm's been trying to kill the streak for about a year. Somehow, we've kept it going. Way past it should have been kept. Helena with a based reply says side chick. Based. Based. The assumption that telling her he was hit on was a threat is also something that stands out strange. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. He was threatening her for sure. Oh! This moth is pissing me off. Based. Whatever is best for the child is the situation. I think divorce would be cleaner than daddy having an occasional lady friend that confuses him. Well, no, he wouldn't bring the lady over, Shadowcat. God. He wouldn't bring the lady to the house to bang. He would bang the lady somewhere else. Like I said, nothing in your home life would change at all. Bang the lady in the bathroom at the gym, bro. Like us normal people do. Okay. You bang the side chick in the bathroom. Unwashed hands too, because it's sexy. Something sexy about it. I can't explain it. Get your gun to deal. Oh, I almost fucking grabbed it, bro. You almost got me. Almost got me banned. I have it right here. I heard some noises last night, so I got my gun. It's just sitting here. I'm like, I bet it's oh yeah, banned. He's a big, soft, cuddly moron. Oh my God. Otto Ramel, side chick will end in divorce, just prolongs the end. Does it, Otto? Are you saying that like you're eventually going to leave for the side chick? Nah, maybe. It is. Yeah. But I think it can work. I think there's situations where it could work. It's hard to say though. If he's affectionate as hell, he might fall in love with his chick. If she's also affectionate, right? Yeah. God, Ashley, that sounds terrible. You're a nurse? Close. She's a traveling nurse. And by traveling nurse, I mean she's in a car that travels around and picks up bodies. And then she resuscitates them. Kind of. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not inclined to share in this kind of situation. I'm ride or die. You're ride or die. Okay, so even if he had a side chick out the house, you wouldn't be okay with it. Okay. All right. So you would probably go more the divorce route. That makes sense. You know, you got to wash the baby powder off first. Whiskey sour? No. $200 even from Naked Snake. We're at the end of the show, though. We got close. It happens, dude. Let's finish this one. We're still reading this. I've been talking about this way too long. We haven't even finished it. Okay. To me, it feels like we're heading towards a slippery slope where he doesn't feel loved enough by me, and the only solution is going to be trying to show more affection by going out of my way, which is going to eat at my happiness. Yeah, you know, I know how it is. You know, giving your significant other affection will eat at your happiness. Yeah, I see the problem here. Magnum Norris, what's good, bro? How you doing, baby? How you doing, baby? I'm doing good, man. We got 5 days until the race at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the NASCAR Truck Series. Very excited. Can't wait. I love it. Fucking love racing. I love you, Alan Jones. Thank you, buddy. I couldn't imagine being another person who's not affectionate. Yeah, I agree. But some people aren't like that, you know. Shadowcat's not super affectionate. Although I think if Shadowcat was around me and I took my shirt off, I think Shadowcat would warm up to it. Hey, baby, come here. Come on. I don't believe it. I don't believe people aren't affectionate. I just don't believe it. I think it takes the right person that you just like adore every fucking aspect of their body and their mind that you can't help but fucking touch on them. I have been with girls that I didn't want to like kind of cuddle. And then I've been with other girls that I'm like, every part of them is so fantastic. I just have to just drag my tongue across this person. You know, you follow hockey at all? I do not. Oh, Shadowcat's changing her. She's changing her position. Well, you know, levels of affection. You know what I'm saying? Wait, let me think about this for a moment. I'm a little out of shape, Shadowcat. I'm just kidding. I never got the furry out of him. Shit. I want a man who would jump out of a perfectly good plane with me. You want a guy that's okay with dying? I've done it before, and I will not do it again, Raid Nation. Skydiving is it's not for me. Ain't for me, boys. No skydiving. No, thank you. I've done it before. And I was like, okay, never doing that again. I remember getting to the ground and being like, all right, yeah, that was an experience. Never doing that again. Bro, I have a hair in my nose. Huh. Shadow cat's a dude, bro. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. That's fine. Yeah, Art the Clown. Art the Clown knows. All right, let's continue. I love my husband. I love him more after becoming parents. Keep in mind, she loves her husband. She loves him even more than she ever has now. But giving him affection will eat at her happiness. I think this lady be a little confused. I love him, but I don't love him enough to like hug him. I love my husband a lot, but not that much. I would do anything for love, except for anything. Hey, duck dangerously. It's all good. All right, boys. I think at the core, there's a key difference in what we expect from each other at this point in our relationship. I need him to be a good father, but he needs me to be an affectionate wife and a mother. What can I do to show more affection without feeling it feeling like a task? Nothing. If it feels like a task, it's because you don't love him. You just think you do. Sorry, in my opinion. Am I feeling valid? Like my husband is only caring about what he needs and not what I need? No. Bro, you can't have a relationship without sex as an adult. Like, how do you even reconcile this in your mind? Like, how do people reconcile this? And I'm talking about guys as well, though this is more of an issue on the females' side when it comes to sexless marriages. How can you possibly reconcile? I don't know. Like, why doesn't he understand that I don't want to have sex? Well, then you're not in a relationship. Then fucking get a divorce. You know? Yeah, MA, exactly. And if your need is to not have sex, then our needs are definitely not aligned. I understand he needs more affection, but I also need a break from affection at the end of the day. How do we find a middle ground? I don't want our marriage to suffer. Well, it's over. Let's see how many people in the Reddit comments defend sexless marriages. I'm excited. I'm never going to get this hair. Husband needs to take over bedtime routine. During that hour, you do self-care only. Have a bath, wine, whatever gets mommy out of the mode. Do nothing that isn't solely for you. So no catching up on laundry, dishes, whatever. By the time dad has to put the baby down, you'll be in better headspace to focus on your husband and he'll have a better bond with his child. Everyone wins. So the answer that this person is giving, that is easily the most liked answer on the Reddit, is when dad gets home from working for 8 to 12 hours, he then has to do all the baby stuff. And then the wife, who has been home all day, needs to go take a bath and have me time. And then he might get to have sex with her, maybe. So basically, he has to work 12 hours, then work another 6 hours, and then maybe he gets to have sex with her. So do everything is the answer. He has to work harder, is what she's saying. So this person is saying he has to work even harder. Enjoy. Enjoy. I agree that he needs to take over and let OP have some self-care time. He cannot come from an empty cup. Yep. He should just work harder is the solution. Alina, sounds fair. Sounds fair. Yeah, he should just do more. She's not doing enough. So she's not doing enough for the relationship. So in order for her to do more, he has to do more. That sounds like a good, yeah, sounds fair. I agree. Yeah. Should do more. Definitely do more. I just opened Audacity. Fuck. Oh, all right. Let's continue. We are an even $200 from Naked Snake with about 5 minutes left, maybe 10 minutes. We'll see. I'm reading the replies. Where is that? All right. Spinner of Yarn says, God, my head itches. Camelot Bondos his seams. Oh my God. Otto Ramel, my boy, my whiskey brother in arms, my hot wing brother.
Why are we still here?
With $150 super chat.
Every night, I can feel my leg.
Hot diggity damn, son. My man getting us 50 from Naked Snake in the last couple minutes. Can it survive? He bondos his. What does that mean? Let me Google what you sent me a message earlier saying some shit like that, didn't you? Do you think bondoing the seams gives them any real advantages? Would the other teams be mad about it, or would they be all think they're all stupid? I do not think bondoing the seams gives an advantage. Maybe an IndyCar. It's hard to say. Aerodynamics means a lot. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say, to be honest. Thank you, Otto. Everybody give Otto some love for being a beast. For being a damn beast. Thank you so much, Otto. We love you. We appreciate you. You're the man. Give him some love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Zachary Stouse. For the $10 super chat. He was late and he was gay and he's here. Thank you so much, dude. I love you, Zachary. I appreciate you. And Aussie Overload with a $50 Australian boy, which gets us roughly $12 away because he's from Australia, unfortunately. Aussie! Dude, when are you going to come over here so I can see your cargo shorts again? Iricus. Let me make sure you're on my list, Iricus. Is your name 4 names, Iricus? I'm just making sure. Sorry, guys. I got a really bad. I keep forgetting to mute my mic. Aussie Overlord, everybody. Give him some kisses on his penis. Thank you, dude. You're never going to let that go. No. I like cargo shorts, Aussie. I like cargo shorts. They're cool. You kind of look like the dude that plays the Punisher. No, not the Punisher. You look like the dude that plays the Judge. What's that guy's name? Somebody in chat. Aussie Overlord looks just like that dude. If he got jacked, he would look like, well, he's not jacked anymore. But if he got like jacked, he'd look like a jacked version of that guy. I'm going to pick my nose, guys, in front of everybody. Sorry. Carl Urban, yes, sir. Hey, Chadwick, what the hell? You've been quiet as hell. What the hell? Yes, Latino here. All right, cool. I'm just making sure you're on my list. Thank you, Aussie. Everybody, we love Aussie. He's the man. Thank you. I even love his cargo shorts. D what? I don't even know why I'm donating to a fig. D what? I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, man. I love you. Thank you, dude. D what? I feel like D what? You've been here for a long ass time, man. I appreciate you, dude. YouTube won't let you send a super chat. PS2 chopper. Likely story. Thank you, D what? Iricus, looking forward to meeting you at Charlotte. Hell yeah, dude. I love you, dude. Billy Hatcher with a $3 super chat. Thank you. Oh, sorry, wrong one. There you go. Thank you, Billy Hatcher. And Darth Ikrotachi. Get naked. Thank you, dude. It looks like we hit Naked Snake, everybody. Shocking. I'm shocked. All it took was somebody dropping a giant one. Otto Ramel. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Darth Ikrotachi. And MRT Fortune says you're going to be there all day Friday. I fly on Thursday night. Yeah, I'll be there all day Friday. I'll be there at like 10 a.m. all the way till the end of the race. Thank you, MRT Fortune. I appreciate you, my man. Hot diggity damn, boys. We got there. We did it. Y'all are the best. Thank you. 456 naked snakes in a row. You have to delete what pic? What the hell, Mick? Shadow Cat said it is a partnership. Where are you at? Shadow Cat. Just as in all things, relationship is a partnership. The load needs to be shared. Yes. The issue is if the mom is a stay-at-home mom and the dad is working like 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day and getting home from work, telling the solution for him to maybe get more intimate or more affection is to take on a bigger load of work seems kind of fucked. It's like, oh, the problem in our relationship is I am lacking in a thing. So therefore he has to work even harder for me to not lack in the thing anymore. Seems like even worse. That seems like an easier end to is going to result in a divorce, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You tell him he has to work harder now. Yeah, he's going to leave you. Yeah. Michael OP, I'm late. Get naked. He will never have enough. I mean, to be fair. Both partners would benefit, Shadowcat. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm saying that if the solution is she is lacking in a thing, therefore he needs to work harder, he will resent her immediately. Maybe we think the outcome is more affection, and maybe it is, maybe possibly be true. Maybe, I don't know. But he will resent it immediately. Like a week or two in, resentment. I have to work even harder now. And you don't have to change anything because I have an issue. I have an issue in our relationship, and the answer to my issue in our relationship that you are having with me is me having to work even harder to get you to do the thing. It's gonna end up in resentment for sure. Will it work? Maybe, but it's gonna end in resentment. Sir Comedy good. Thank you, baby. Yes, Michael OPTV. Yes, sir. Women who withhold sex always withhold sex for some reason. Yep. I agree, D what? Everyone else is making great points about whether or not he's involved enough with the baby and making sure to get some baby breaks. However, what I didn't see, and maybe I didn't scroll far enough, is the issue that many moms get touched out. They have a baby clean to them the majority of the day, and it's even greater if they breastfeed. Many women often feel like they don't have bodily autonomy after a certain point in the pregnancy for a few years afterwards. You think about it, having movement inside your body and then going through birth is absolutely not having body autonomy. Yeah, sure. Because this is a living being doing things to your own body. Sure, yeah, sure. I'm not going to say that. That would be offensive. Plus, babies are wired to be in contact with their primary caregivers. It's part of the survival instinct. It's incredibly common for women to feel touched out until their baby is finally past toddler stage. I wouldn't be shocked if your husband is asking for more physical contact with you. Seems absolutely overwhelming and very dismaying. If he wants more, he needs to enable you to have more. If touch from him is going to repulse you, that's going to do your marriage even more harm. The two of you need to find ways for you to get a break from the baby. You being able to have some alone time is very important. I don't know how the two of you can accomplish this, but I think it's something you should try to figure out. Yeah. This may very well be true. This may very well be true. Here's the issue. If the answer is he has to put in even more effort, it will devolve into resentment from his side, because it already is. If you are withholding sex and he's like, hey, I feel like we're not having sex at all. And she's like, oh, well, you need to work harder to get more sex from me. Yeah, you're fucked. You're asking for something that's impossible. In my opinion. It may look good on paper, and I certainly think reading it, it sounds reasonable for sure. But I also understand human nature. And if you now require more for them to get a thing that you're withholding, it's going to 100% cause resentment almost immediately. You know, she already resents him in this scenario. Sure. And she's going to resent him more, and he's going to resent her. So what's going to happen is she's going to get her alone time, blah, blah, blah. She's still not going to want to have sex with him. And two, he's going to be putting in more work, also not getting sex. He's going to resent her even more. It's over. It's going to get worse. My best advice would be, and it's going to be the advice that no one wants to hear, is make yourself do it. If you're the woman in this situation, just make yourself fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's like going to work. It's like, fuck, I don't want to go to work today, but I got to do it. Why? Because I don't want to get fired. Right? It's not the most reasonable answer, but it's the true answer. Not everything in life is fun and fair. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for the most logical and fair outcome, you're not going to find the one. You know? They're both going to resent each other a certain amount. Right? Yeah, 100% of the replies are saying he just needs to work harder. Hence why so many relationships are sexless. That is the reason why the vast majority of marriages are sexless. 100%. Because people want the what you would think the logical female solution is. And that doesn't work. Right? Forcing herself to cater to her husband isn't the answer. Well, here's the issue is no one's forcing anybody to do anything. She needs to look inside herself and force herself to want to do these things. PS2 Chipper. No snake. Thank you. Hey, you're on Rumble. What's up, dude? He switched sides. You know? Yeah, this is a good response. It's shitting on the guy, but it's a good response. It says that's never what they want. He's complaining he's not receiving enough affection. Do you really think that he's going to want to rub her feet and back? Do you really think he's going to do that for her without expecting anything in return? Not likely. Yeah, 100%. These are human beings. This is not a damn book. This is not a movie, and this is not a study in animals. Okay, these are human beings. Gadriel's Army says, I think most of these comments are missing the entire point. By the way, Aussie Overload and Otto Ramel, I love you guys. This ain't no damn notebook. OP is probably touched out and she's managing most of the mental load for the family, leaving little space for the romantic affection. But there's huge things going on physiologically after one has a baby. I'm in the exact same place she is. I had a baby 9 months ago. My partner, hold on, I got a text. Okay, I was making sure it wasn't Derek. My partner is the most hands-on, caring, wonderful parent. He also works a very demanding job. I took 4 months of maternity leave, and I'm back working full-time. We're lucky enough to have a very good weekday childcare, so I'm not carrying that full load during the day because I'm working. I do not breastfeed. But even with all the support and teamwork, I could not be less interested in romantic physical sex or touch. Just like I said before. Just because he does all these things doesn't just magically mean she's going to want to have sex now. You're in a sexless marriage. You are finished. Just make him work harder. Yeah, okay, good luck. How can you reconcile that? Like people from the women persuasion, right? How do you reconcile that? You really think that the solution is to tell him to work harder? When he is the one with the issue? Like he is the one coming to you with an issue he has with you. And your solution is, hey, how about you work harder, dumbass? Are you even trying to save the marriage? That seems like a reasonable solution, right? No, you're just adding a lot of words into the paragraph to make it seem like it makes sense. Oh, well, it's because you need to share the baby time, and he's all you will need to see some down, some take some wine. You are just starved touch. You're touched out, and you're feeling mentally a little too much affectionate, and you need. Yeah, no, fuck. You're just fucking adding a lot of words to take accountability away from yourself. It's a math problem. 2 + 2 = 4, baby. Doesn't equal 5, nor does it equal 3. You know what you have to do, so do it. If you can't do it, that's the end of it. It's very simple. Humans are not complex as people like to say they are. Right? Both always need some time to reacquaint themselves with each other, but baby also takes priority. Father also needs to bond with the baby while mother is able to be her own person. Again, it's complicated. Sure, it's complicated. But if you are asking your husband to be celibate, good luck. I would never ask my wife to be celibate. It would be unfair. That being said, don't ask your husband to be celibate either. If you think that's a reasonable solution, don't be surprised when he's banging the chick in the bathroom at the gym. It's not rocket science. Sir Gobbledygook, I love eating NC 500 jits. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? What the heck? All right. Thank you, Sir Gobbledygook. Appreciate you. Mr. Gobbledygook over here drinking jizz. You know? Michael Opie says you're not married, kid changes your sexual conduct. What does that mean? I was married for 7 years. We had sex every day. Granted, we didn't have children either, so that's a very, very important variable. But that being said, it does not matter. And I'll repeat this. It does not matter what your excuse, your reconciliation is, or anything. Ask yourself this question. Do you think it's fair to ask your significant other who has a high libido or a normal libido to be celibate? Is that fair? Don't justify it. Don't give me reasons. Answer yes or no. Is it fair to ask your significant other, being a woman and or man, husband and or wife, is it fair to ask them to be celibate? If your answer is no, stop justifying it. Because that's what you're asking for. Doesn't matter how many words you put in front of it or behind it. If you ask your significant other to be celibate, or you ask your significant other, well, the reason I don't want to do this and this and this and this is because of this. You're just adding more words into asking for celibacy. They might have a medical condition. This is not a yes or no answer, which is what I asked for. They might have a medical condition. Is it fair to ask your significant other to be celibate? They have a medical condition. Okay. Let's assume your husband has a medical condition. Is it okay to demand your wife be celibate now for the rest of her life? Or for an extended period of time? Like an extended period of time. Is that okay? Is that reasonable? Yes or no? Assume everything else is true. Michael OPTB says, depending on the circumstances, yes, it is fair to ask your significant other to be celibate. And I can offer you some solace as to the reason why almost 70% of marriages, maybe actually more now, 80% now, end in divorce. If you think it's fair to ask your significant other to be a monk, a celibate fucking monk living in the mountains, when they did not sign up for that shit, if you're going to ask them to do that, don't be surprised when the divorce rate's upwards of 85%. Were you my manager at Nautica or Hot Topic 20 years ago? Yes. Texas Governor Abbott has done that to his wife. What? Made her be celibate? I bet she ain't. I bet she ain't. Big Muff. It's not so much as asking for celibacy, but monogamy. Okay. But what is celibacy? What is celibacy? He's in a wheelchair. Oh, well, she's definitely probably still sexually active. Well, it depends on how she's old as hell. I don't know anything about that. One coin only. Viewers just joined. One coin on it. What's up, dude? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for the raid, man. Love you. I love you. Not every woman is able to balance it all. Yes, divorce. Right. So that's what I'm saying. So, if you're asking your husband to not have sex for 5 years, that's celibacy. That's not just taking a break. You know? Do you remember FYE? Hell yeah. I got my first Hammerfall album from FYE. One coin only raid. What were you doing, One Coin? And don't say playing Oblivion. I swear to God. If you were playing Oblivion, you're banned. No, I'm just kidding. I love Oblivion. Let's say I have a medical condition that left me impotent or just uninterested in sex personally. You better believe I'm going to still eat more cat. Oh my God. Brandon D. Hell yeah. You got to take care of your significant other, man. I don't see why this is complicated. A relationship and hold on. By the way, One Coin raid, One Coin only. I love you guys. Appreciate you, dudes. Love you. Big swift kiss to your foreheads. I appreciate you guys. We're talking about like relationship stuff. I don't know if you guys knew that, but we're talking about very, very complex relationship stuff. And I'm talking to the chat directly about it because it's fun. My parents have been married for 43 years. Guess when the last time they did it 18 years ago? Yeah, I doubt it. Your parents aren't telling you everything. I'm just saying, not being an asshole. Your parents aren't telling you everything. One of them or both of them are not. If one of them still has a libido, they're having sex. They're not celibate anymore. Sorry. It's not a thing. Relationship and affection is more than just sex. No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay, so here we go. You have a giant cement awning at the front of a courthouse. Okay, the front of this awning weighs hundreds of tons, maybe more. You have 3 pillars in this awning, 3 pillars that are separated by 100 meters apiece. Okay. You have 3 pillars separated 100 feet apiece from this awning that weighs hundreds of tons. Your first pillar is financial stability. Your second pillar is affection and intimacy. Okay. Your third pillar is your compatibility. Right? Take one of those pillars out. What happens to your awning that weighs hundreds and hundreds of tons of cement? What happens to the awning? Respect and admiration. Yeah, but I think that goes hand in hand with the compatibility. If you expect your significant other to be okay with being celibate, you probably should be concerned with who you're with. Anubis Take says, what pillars made your wife divorce you? I don't know. I've said this before. I don't really know. So, just recap. This was a long time ago. This is like almost 10 years ago now. We had a great relationship. We were best friends, like literally bros, like fucking bros. We hung out every single night. We had a great time. We laughed and cut up. We watched movies. We went on vacations together. We did everything together. We had a lot of fun. We had sex literally daily. And then I came home one day and she was a little quiet. And I was like, hey, what's wrong? You okay? And she said, I don't love you anymore and I'm leaving. And that was the end of our relationship after 7 years. Almost 8. No idea. She told me a little bit later on that she downloaded Tinder for fun and she swapped on a few people. She matched with the guy and then they started talking and she started to have a crush on him. And she said that changed her whole wiring of her brain. That's what she told me later. So I'm guessing that when she noticed that she wasn't bound to only me and she had other people interested in her, it made her FOMO. Yeah, FOMO. That's the right acronym. FOMO. I think she FOMO'd. And then 6 months later, she said she regretted everything and wanted to come home. And we were just too far separated at that point, and I couldn't do it. So it was weird. It's a very weird thing. Couldn't you ask her? No, we don't have a relationship. Last time I talked to my ex-wife was 4 years ago. She was very young. Keep in mind, 46% of divorces that women, what's the word? That women pursue. So 80% of women file for divorce. 46% of those women claim it's because they got married too young. That's probably what happened. Intimacy can absolutely mean more than sex. Yeah, I didn't say that it didn't at all. Bulldozer on Rumble. Thank you, dude. I didn't say that intimacy was only sex. I'm saying sex is required in a relationship, like a marriage. It's required or it will fail. If you ask your significant other to be celibate, it will fail. Did you get one last pump and dump? You silly Willy. Hey, make sure you guys like the stream. We're 50 away from 300. Let me text my boy and see where he is. Bumpkin Sean. How far out? Yeah, Art, you're pretty spot on with that. I feel like younger women do that more. Do it 1 2 cents, bitch. My hubs can't cuddle. What the hell? 1 2 cents? I weigh 190. Gundo Kirsch collab win. Kirsch hates me for good reason. I don't know. Hate's a pretty strong word, but yeah. Well, she might not care at all now, but I'm not branching out. I love Gundam. Gundam's my boy though. Taco Bell Lugosi. It's a beautiful name. Love that name. Fucking Taco Bell Lugosi. I love Bay Lugosi, to be honest. Okay, cool. We're good. Bay Lugosi's the fucking shit. Nothing, Zachary. I like them chubby. Have you ever been with a guy that's fucking jacked? 1 to 2 cents? Like him chubby. The fuck you talking about, bro? Did you ever remarry? No. I mostly use my super chats. Hell, you haven't super chatted me once tonight. You didn't even give me a jack off hippo, and I sang to you. That's how fucked up this relationship has become. Too hard to sleep on. Oh, that's bullshit right there. I've heard that shit before. Muscle is squishy 1 to 2 cents, so I don't believe you. Relaxed muscle is very squishy. It's like pillowy. I doubt it, Rage. Oh God, Arikas, I'd die. The only way to save a marriage is, oh my God. I can't even read your chats anymore, Art. Raid Bulldozer. At my heaviest, I was 275. I'm 195 now. Hell yeah, dude. I agree, Rain Nation. It's hard to say jacked once you hit 30. It depends. If you're having trouble staying fucking jacked, go get your blood levels checked and see where your testosterone is. I kind of want to read. Let me read a little bit more of this before we hop off. Before we do Naked Snake. I adore my partner and I find him incredibly attractive. I just don't want to have sex. I'm hoping it's hormonal. I also highly suspect I'm going through perimenopause. And I'm giving myself until 1 year postpartum before I go see my GP about it. My partner has been very patient. God, she's making him wait a whole year. Give yourself some time. Your body's going through security for the last 18 months. Oh, imagine telling your husband you're not going to have sex with him for a year. Oh my God, that's so unreasonable, guys. Look, I get it. I get people go through shit. I'm not trying to discount that. But a year? Oh my God. You want them to not have sex for an entire year? What? That's insane. No one going to mention that about going on about the hit on at the gym, bringing up he's manipulative and evil. Yeah, we get it. Fuck. Is there going to be anybody that doesn't give the exact same advice? Jesus. Oh my God. Everybody's saying the same thing. Did anybody read the replies? You only need to have this reply once. Scott Dix. Yeah, Nightwing. What the hell? Affection is important to keep the relationship alive. So is meeting each other's needs. He has a need for more affection. You have a need to not be touched. Sounds like you guys can have a good conversation. What do you need to fill room for this? What is your husband doing to help you meet that need? It's his fault, everybody. Sounds like he stated a lot. When you're pregnant, you usually don't have sex. That's 6 to 8 months. No, that's not true, Michael OPTV. That's not even remotely true, Michael OPTV. Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you don't have sex when you're pregnant? Bro. That was like the easiest bucket to scoop out of back in the day. It was pregnant women. Them girls were wild. They're like hyenas. Couples counseling ASP. Couples counseling ASAP. You two are now parents, and the dynamics in your relationship have changed. Your husband's needs are not being met or validated, and neither are yours. This is kind of the thing that needs professional help, not from strangers on the internet. That's probably the best response so far. Probably the best response so far. He needs to do more for you. All right. Well, this is give. You are out touched. He's starting to see that your baby's learning that there's a separate entity. If he thinks that doesn't alter your brain chemistry, I can't help him. You're 100% maternal mode. Yep, he's just got to be celibate and be happy. You and your husband should have looked up the term touched out. Yep, he needs to be celibate. If you're feeling like you're touched out, he needs to just be celibate. I'm going to say this. This country does not raise men to understand the impacts. You need to just be celibate. It's going to get better. I felt the exact same way, especially having baby toddler era, because it's like being dragged to a million directions and feeling touched out. Need to be celibate. If you need you time, if he wants him time, both himself and with you, you really can't pour from an empty cup. You're giving and giving the baby all day, and he's telling you wants more for him. Well, who is giving it to you needs just be celibate. A lot of comments here, many good ones. I want to tell you that I was you after my first baby, so touched out, and my husband always pointing out not getting enough affection. He flat out told me he wanted to put his need before the needs of our baby. Need to just be celibate. I feel like you guys need to make more time for each other as new parents. You need to find a balance. You need to ask people for help one night, not 2 nights a week. Go out to dinner when you come home. She doesn't want to do any of these things with him. Doing these things a couple of nights a week will help. We don't know. She says she does. She's grossed out by him. You're touched out by the end of the day. He just needs to be celibate. I think if you saw him being a good father, it'll make you feel more. Yep, just needs to be celibate. Needs to do more. Need more time for you. He needs to do more. I think your husband seeing this as a you problem. Yep, it's a his problem actually. He needs to just be celibate. I had the same issue. My husband's super affectionate, and I was touched out and didn't feel the affection at all. I read that as a new mom, you get oxytocin and endorphins from your baby and fill up. No real advice other than what others said. Try self-care and try to switch off. So he needs to do more or be celibate. I have a 4-month-old, and something I figured out early right now is I'm far more open to receiving touch than having physical affections. So like there was a while where a back rub from my husband sounded great, but giving him a back rub was not. Maybe that's something for you and your husband to explore. So he should do more. That's actually not bad advice though. But she doesn't like to be touched. She doesn't like affection. So that doesn't really make sense. I know you may be touched out, but I'm wondering if the touch can be about nurturing you for the most part. Like, can he give you head, foot massage, neck massage, no expectations of sex? This can help fill your cup, but also be an act of intimacy and touch. Yeah, I mean, because that's what men want. They don't want to, get off at all. They want to just get you off. That's perfectly fine. When relaxing, watching TV, sit and cuddle with him. She doesn't like to do that. She doesn't. She said she doesn't like physical touch. This is manipulative of your husband. Yes. Is there any negative comments? I want to find the negative ones. You just don't sound compatible if it's inconsiderate to his feelings that all your affection has gone to the baby during the day. So all you want to do after the baby is gone is go to bed, which is about 5 hours before you and him go to bed. If you can't meet the level of affection, I suggest a friendly divorce because your kid gets old enough to be affected and traumatized emotionally by the divorce, which will be inevitable. This is not good advice either. All right, well, it's all good. At the end of the day, it looks like he should just do more or be celibate. 1 2 cents? Dude obviously has never heard the remember me joke after laying a pregger. Even I know it. What the fuck? Yeah, dude. Thank you, 1 2 cents. I appreciate you, baby. I love you, 1 2 cents. Sour Hunk says, plan on playing the new Doom? No, actually. Not for any negative reason. I just haven't played it. I need to play Oblivion, and I haven't played it either. So, get the hell on it, doggone it. Smooth brain camel toe. Not for me, Salt Dumpster. Yeah. Not for everybody. It's not for everybody. All right, boys. Here we go. Let's do some Naked Snake. Thank you guys so much. We're 50 likes away from the goal. I appreciate you guys so much for all the love and support. We hit Naked Snake. I did not think it was possible. Otto Ramel came in clutch. So did Bubster. So did Aussie Overlord. Everybody, Billy, Zachary, you guys know who you are. I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. For all your love. You guys are goats. You're the goats. Wait. Sorry. I appreciate you guys so much for your love. I streamed a lot longer than I needed to, but I was having fun. We're going to raid Raken Knight. So say Camelot raid in the chat and make sure you subscribe to him. He's one of my buddies in real life. Subscribe to him. He just started streaming. He's a good dude. He's a good streamer. Subscribe to him. Hit that sub button and hit the like button, please. Please. We're going to rate him in about 3 minutes. So let's do Naked Snake for the 456th time in a row. Hell yeah. It's time, boys. It's time. He is YouTube. Here we go. Hit that like button, boys. Shadow Cat.
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill.
Donna.
Searching, now melting to you.
Donna has already joined the party. Here we go.
What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but
Oh, snake eater in my time. There been nobody else. Oh, I'm crying. It's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream. Snake eater. Here we go. 456 times in a row, boys. Here we go.
someday we'll go through the rain. Someday you feed on a tree frog. It's a trial to survive.
Oh my God! I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there been nobody else. Crying, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream. Snake eater. Unbelievable. 456 times in a row. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Amazing. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Hell yeah. Here we go. One more time. Oh my God. Thank you. Appreciate you guys so much for all your love and support. You guys are the goats today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shadow Cat says thanks for the combo. Sib likes your tat sleeve. Who's Sib? Oh, sibling. Sorry, I'm stupid. Thank you, Shadow Cat. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for engaging so much. I love when people engage. Thank you, Justin Ultra. Thank you guys so much. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He says I'm on gear. I'm not allowed to be on gear, unfortunately, for racing. No, I shave my chest like once a month, and then it grows out, and I break out like a motherfucker. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. But I should shave it, and then in a week I won't have anything. I break out like a motherfucker though. Every time I shave it, I should do it every day, but I'm so lazy as fuck. Thank you, Shadow Cat. I love you. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys over on Wax It. Fuck that. Rakin, we're gonna raid Rakin. Everybody subscribe to Rakin. Hit that sub button. He just started. Give him some love. I'll see you guys over there. Get the hell on.